Right, there we go. Beautiful. All of this is on the right stuff. Did I do that? Let's do that.
It's the pre-show.
Hold.
Where I'm about to pre-roll.
He gonna roll up. Oh, that should be. You should use your song. Gonna roll up a fat blunt and smoke that right now. There we go.
This is gonna repurpose.
It's a good song.
He's gonna repurpose the song.
Whose song is that?
Rascal Flatts.
Is it? Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. Gonna roll up a fat blunt, smoke that right now. Chiefin', till I'm sleeping. Till I see sounds. There you go. There you go. I don't know the rest of the song.
Yeah, me either, man.
Maybe I can't even give you a better remix, dog. That's all I got. All right, let's get these shares popping real quick. Get the shares ready. Let me get them ready. I don't want to send them out to the intro started. Are we okay? We on Facebook. Dope, bro. Our wish is about to come true. Look at that, people. I love it. I love people.
Well, they need to be. Those people need to be tuning in.
Tune in. I really like what Zach Orr's done. Yeah, I like what Zach Orr's done too. All right. Jimmy Smith. I gotta hit Jimmy up. We gotta get back on the show. Jimmy back on the show. Bro, I keep going up and down one follower on Twitter. It's like one person keeps unfollowing and following. Like, it's weird. I don't want to call that person out, but I noticed, and it's weird. Let's just say that.
You know who I think it is in? It's probably the same person. What if it's the same guy? What if it's Buddy? Was it Zach?
That guy.
Yeah, man. I just have,
I'm autistic, so
I'm autistic, man. So I can't.
That means you join the group, leave the group, join the group, leave the group, add me on Facebook, delete me on Facebook. What are you doing? I don't know. I'm not autistic, so I don't know. Maybe that is a thing. Maybe that's just something that he does. It is what it is. I guess. Yes, we good. We on Twitter.
Bro, I don't be following none of those people. like I was looking through our followers.
Yeah,
I should probably follow. Well, not really. I guess I shouldn't.
I follow Dave.
Who?
Dave Sizzle.
With D Sizzle.
D Sizzle. Gotta follow D Sizzle, man. That's
I should follow D Sizzle. I should probably follow Andy from Dunn and Drew.
I follow Drew.
Drew from Dunn and Drew.
And then you following Dilla. You gotta follow Dilla. If you don't follow Dilla, that's you just being petty.
He has a black person. That's his Abby.
So.
And it's never changed.
When I create a player on video games, I make myself black. Well, I look a little black.
Oh God!
Video
game face.
Like, I want my player to be fast, bro. What the fuck?
They gonna cap him.
He automatically is at 85 speed.
They cap him at 85.
Yeah, bro. He gets no faster.
They said no. Your tint got to be darker, son.
The moment you switch it to a darker skin, every bit it goes up. Every bit it goes up. Light skin, 89 speed. We in there.
Yeah.
A little bit darker, 93 speed. You go Tyreek Hill black, 99 speed.
About to say you gonna break the game.
Yeah.
Michael Vick and Tyreek Hill gonna break the game every time.
Tyreek Hill black as fuck.
Yeah, yeah, he got tats. Yeah, you can't see none of the tats.
Not a damn nut of tat.
But the motherfucker is just a blur. Like, that shit is crazy. That motherfucker be gone, bro.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't matter because like I said, you can't see the bitch because he's gone. Like,
he's gone. Out of there. Tristan Wirfs named All-Pro player. There we go. And I ain't even shared it yet. There we go. So now I know everything's working. Getting it up, getting it rolling. Bingo, bango. All right, let me get to the intro. What's up, Duval? I see you.
What's going on, Duval?
Say hi in the comments. All right. What an intro there it is right there. All right, cool. Let's get it.
First pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence, quarterback, Clemson.
Duval, Bangum, West Side. J-Ville, Duval, Hustle House, Frank Coley, he real. Duval, Bangum, Billy, Rankin, throw your D's in the air if you from the Bangum. Duval, 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 if you from a city, holla. Duval, Duval, if you rep my city, holla. Duval, yeah boy, don't them youngins go hard. Swinging in them drop top Chevy, sitting too tall. Jaguar on my plate, on my feet, 2-8, 4-5 on my hip. Set a lame nigga straight.
We got the deep swell to go. I can't even defund Garoppolo.
Welcome to the Men and Teal podcast. I am your host, the Hot Take Hooligan Agent K. I'm rocking with the Cannabis Analyst Agent J. Bitch, I sound good again. Holy shit.
Boy, I got that shit up out of the system, man. What's going on?
Be mad as fuck. God damn it, his loud ass is back again. Ain't this about a bitch? Get COVID again, you loud motherfucker.
It's a wrap.
You listen to the intro from the last show. Taking the Men and Teal podcast. God damn. But yo, shout out to the sponsors, Miller.
CG, our group of talented designers, can take your ideas and create something special. Been needing to wrap your vehicle to promote your business? Or maybe creating new business cards to stand out in your field? Maybe you're looking to create a memorable gift for a friend. Call us today and speak with a member of our staff and let us handle your vision so you can focus on what's important. Call 904-771-5855 or visit mcg247.com for more information.
Oh, that's right. Miller Creative Group, man. And while we on the topic of Miller Creative Group, we might as well go ahead and announce the winner of the Men and Teal Podcast Fantasy Football League, the first year we ran it.
Mm-hmm.
And we officially have a winner, man. Let me make sure I got to give his team names. First of all, I just want to say that when I clicked on the app, it was very disrespectful. It said you tried with a golden thumbs up. As it told me I placed 15th overall, which I felt was, probably not accurate. I had to do better than 15th. But that's not the here, though. No, not at all.
No, you were horrendous this year.
What the fuck ever. It is the Hooligans, the Teal Street Hooligans, Eric Berger, with the winner, Big Dog finished 12-2, and I got ship him out. Hold on, wait. Wait a minute. What the fuck? That box was in it. Hold on. Gonna open the box here. And a bingo. The Men and Teal Podcast Fantasy Football Chain, baby. I'm gonna go ahead and get that out. The big old Eric Berger. He won. I'll put it back in his box. Listen, Eric, you're not finna get this bandana that's in here that it was sitting on. It just did it for prop purposes. I'm gonna keep that, but I think I'm gonna send it in the box. I send it in the box. The box is kind of fire.
I'm the champ. Shout out to Eric, man.
Eric, he on right now?
Yeah.
Eric, you won, big dog.
Is he Duval County on YouTube? Right?
Yeah. He won, bro. So hold on. You won that last game. Shout out to you, man. You won that last game here. Let's see. He won that bitch. 236 to 209. Good for you, dog. Shout out to Big Eric.
I would have been busting everybody ass in the playoffs.
You should have just tried to get a trade. I'd have gave you my players.
I tried. It was the trade deadline was too long. It was too late, and then you didn't cut the players that I needed to. But it told me I tried too. I had 10 wins. So
you was in there.
Yeah, I finished in 5th.
5th. See, I finished 15th, 5th. Not that big of a difference. I mean, we was close to each other.
Yeah, it's not even.
I started Trevor Lawrence the whole season. That was a terrible idea. I started Trevor Lawrence the entire season, and it backfired. Trevor owes me.
I would have beat them, bro. I had 300 points in those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, 160 and 140.
You sound like UCF right now.
What? the state champs?
Not like you about to hang.
They're the national champs.
You about to hang a banner.
Yeah, I'm about to hang a banner.
You sound like the Colts right now. You sound like the Colts.
I don't sound like I ain't mad. I'm gonna say I ain't mad. I ain't kidding. Kitty mad.
No, so let's slide right into that perfect segue. If you haven't seen Hard Knocks, which I know every single one of you watching right now has definitely seen Hard Knocks. I know it. I know it because I know all of you watch Pornhub on a regular basis, and Hard Knocks on HBO was nothing short of Jaguar Pornhub.
Oh yeah, they were fucking. We was fucking.
It was incredible. Everything about it was beautiful. Absolutely you know what? We're just gonna play it.
Kitty mad. This is the worst game ever.
He slammed the fuck out that helmet. That shit was bad.
Hey, what that boy Hardy say? He said, "Boy,
shit is bad. Woo. That shit is bad. Ooh, I know how to. That locker room, don't nobody better not say shit. Nigga, nobody better not say shit on that fucking plane. You know what I'm saying, Tata? Don't nobody better not say shit on that joint. Like, bro. Oh, that nigga, I know that nigga Darius Leonard going through it.
Darius Leonard going through it. So I had to tweet that to Darius Leonard because the other day Kenny Moore posted still down or still in my feelings about this, and Darius Leonard replied to his tweet and was like, "I feel you, brother." So then I posted that video underneath of it just so they know, like, we know you going through it, and I just want to let you know that we know that you know that you're going through it, and we appreciate the fact that you're going through it. We love the fact that you're going through it. So did you get a chance to watch the entire episode?
Yeah, I watched it.
Well, what was the highlight for you? What was your favorite part?
Well, not the feedback that I'm hearing.
From me?
Yeah.
Like, what's it sound like, me or you?
I hear myself.
Oh, you know why? It's probably that.
Okay, you had your phone? Or
No. I think we know though. Go ahead.
Okay, but my favorite part of the episode was, I guess, I guess Kwity Paye talking like he wanted to get him he got his first sack on Trevor.
That was great.
He was gonna get his last sack of the season. No, not my last sack. Before my last sack before playoffs. Yeah. Playoffs.
Yeah, that didn't happen. Mm-mm. That didn't happen. None of that happened.
Mm-mm.
You're not getting another chat. No more sacks for you, Kwity. None.
This year.
No.
And I found out that he paid $12,000 for a pair of sneakers, which it was the Dior. Hey, them bitches hard. It was the Dior. It was the Air Jordan.
Yeah, his coach, and that interaction during that conversation was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. It was actually a very entertaining.
Did he used to be what our coach is? No, okay.
That coach? No, I don't think so.
No,
not that I can recall.
I mean, that's some decent. I mean, they just got pretty cool coaches, I guess. But.
That was a really good episode. I mean, Frank Wright tried to tell them they are over there right now, feeling like they're talking about ending our season, and guess what? They're right. If we don't stop them, and history says that we ain't gonna stop them, so we got to go in and defy history, and that's absolutely right. And when you really look at what happened in the game, now that we've had all this time to sit back, digest it out of the moment, they threw that fucking game away. The entire game relies on or goes on the shoulders of a handful of guys, and all of them live in the trenches.
Yeah.
They have to blame the trenches for that loss. The offensive line could not win a battle against the Jacksonville Jaguars defensive line. They could not win. And because of that, Jonathan Taylor could not get going.
Yep,
and then it was pressure on Carson.
Because of that, because look, as soon as you hit Carson Wentz, I was telling people at the stadium, they're like, I'm like, bro, if y'all hit Carson Wentz, he gonna throw a pick. Like it ain't no that's what he does. You hit him, he just starts fucking up, bro. He's gonna start throwing picks. Yeah. He's gonna start getting loose with the ball, fumbling. He's gonna make bad decisions, throw the ball in the dirt, and we just kept hitting him, and he did exactly what Carson Wentz does.
It was crazy. And early on, like I said before the season started, I felt like Carson Wentz was broken. I had never seen such poor quarterback play out of somebody as I saw from him his last season in Philadelphia. So when the Colts got him, I was excited.
Yep.
I was like, bet. Let's fucking go because he's terrible.
And then he started playing. Then he started playing like a motherfucker who wasn't broken.
Then he started cooking, right? Like the Ravens game and shit. And I was like, damn, he kind of nice. He's actually proving me wrong. And I felt like, yo, the protection is saving his life, basically. It's revitalizing because the receiving core is okay. Like, it's nothing to write home to mama about. It's that running game and the fact that he is protected. That's what saves Carson. Yeah. So when that line starts to deteriorate, though, and Quentin Nelson ain't looking like a gold jacket, Carson reverts back to the old Carson.
Oh yeah, what Skip Bayless says? He call him Carson Wentz, Wince.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Have you seen these potato chips?
What potato chips? That means no. That means no.
That means no.
Yeah.
So Lay's is doing a promotion where they it's called Golden Grounds, and these potato chips are grown from soil that has been mixed with soil from the field. So it's all 32 teams. Well, I guess 29 because of the fields.
Yeah, New York and LA teams.
So you can basically, and you can't buy these in the store. You have to win them. In order to do that, you have to go follow Lay's on Twitter and then tweet them with a hashtag Lay's Golden Grounds or hashtag sweepstakes. And then your team's official NFL hashtag, which is the Duval with the Jaguar logo. You have to tweet why they should give it to you, why you're, a fan of your team, etc. The bag is kind of raw. I would like to put those on the shelf back there. I don't know about eating the chips that are made from the soil of TIAA Bank Field. Like, maybe if they could have got the soil from, like, the 90s, that would taste like... But the soil from now probably just tastes like tears. Like, not very good. Like, shit.
You might have Marcus Mariota broken leg.
You might get a little bone fragment from Mariota. Little bone fragment there. The tears of Tyrod and the Buffalo Bills. Probably get a little bit of that mixed in. Tears of Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Probably get a little bit of that mixed in. Tears of every Indianapolis Colts game since 2014. A little bit of that mixed in. I mean, that might sweeten them up a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh, I wonder what the flavor would be.
I don't know. There's sadness of flavor. Like, what does sadness taste like? That's hard. Like, what does sadness taste like? I don't know.
Did you enter already?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it. I actually DM'd him too. I slid in the DMs real smooth. Like, I was like, Lays. I sent him a teal dick pic. Teal dick. I'm trying to be like, you heard about the Pickles? The baseball team? I'm trying to be like the Pickles.
No, what happened?
Come on. Oh, you gotta get on Twitter more.
Yeah, bro. I've been off for last couple of days, but
yeah, no. So there's a baseball team, right? Like the Jumbo Shrimp, one of those type of baseball teams, minor league teams. The Pickles, whose mascot decided to take a selfie in the dugout, and all you can see, like, he's a pickle, right? So he's green and he's wearing a baseball uniform, but he's got the zipper down and he's got just this pickle sticking up out of the zipper. Straight stiffy pickle, so it's a dick pickle.
But it's a real pickle. But it's a pickle, though.
It's a pickle, yeah. And it says "New phone, who this?" Hilarious.
That's funny.
That's fucking great.
That's hilarious.
I love that these companies are cool with letting the younger generation control social media for them. Because it would be terrible if, like, somebody in their 40s or 50s was running social media accounts because they don't understand social media. So it's beautiful. Like, it would be like if you had old heads running social media, you wouldn't get beautiful things like, I don't know, like this. This wouldn't be a thing if it was run by old heads. This is the greatest thing 1010 has ever done right now. And you don't even realize how great it is until we zoom into this and you can actually see right here on that trophy, it says BBC champ. That says BBC champ.
It does say BBC champ.
A 100%.
Oh my god!
That says BBC champ on that trophy, and I don't.
She's loving it too, bro. She's eating it up.
Does she not know? She knows now, by the way, because a friend of hers sent her this. Sent it over to her. He told me.
He sent ours?
Yes.
Yeah.
He said, "You're officially famous. You've been memed."
Mm-hmm.
And then he sent her the picture.
Yeah.
That is fucking hilarious. This young white woman is holding a trophy in her hand
that says BBC champ.
And it has to be on purpose.
She's the champ of BBC, bro.
This shit has to be on purpose.
She has been going crazy, and and they get rid of it, and there's not, and I would assume there's not that many BBC at 1010 because they fired. They don't really have any. They got rid of them all. It's only ET.
This ET logo right there. ET made the trophy. That makes it even funnier.
I know.
There's no way. There's especially no way that ET didn't know. There's no way they did not know this.
Oh, they all knew. Well, not maybe she didn't know.
Maybe she didn't know.
Nah, she knows what a BBC is, bro. I'm not gonna count. Look at her right now, bro. She's holding that shit over crying.
And I don't get it because breakfast bowl champ. I get it. Okay, BBC. But why put BBC champ? Because the C is champ in the acronym. It's already in the acronym, so it doesn't make sense. This has to be intentional. It has to be. And guess what? Good. It's a win. It's a win for social media. Good for you, 1010. It's hilarious. I didn't tweet this. I didn't put it on there and respond and tweet to it because I don't want to do her like that. Like I didn't want it to be like this. I didn't want it to go like too viral and be a thing with her because she is very. I like her. I like what she does. I like the Helmets and Heels broadcast.
I'm about to say, the radio station already don't like us.
Yeah. So I didn't even want to do that because I didn't want to draw that kind of heat. Well, that's immature bullshit. No, that's fucking funny is what that is. You have a BBC trophy and it says you're the BBC champ. That shit is fucking funny. That is fucking funny.
She said she eat that dick with the spoon, boy.
Get it out the fucking screen. Get it the fuck out of here. Oh shit. I can't breathe. Oh, stop it, I say. That is great. That is greatness right there, personified. Also, while we on the topic of 1010, before we slide into our guest, there was a tweet made by 1010. They like to do the question of the day on Jaguars today. And the question was asked, if the Super Bowl was Titans versus Rams, who would you pull for? Surprisingly, it is a 80-20. Rams over the Titans. Only 80-20.
That's not surprisingly.
Really? 20% of Jaguar fans would pull for the Titans.
Yeah, but some people don't hate the Titans.
Yeah, but like at all? Like, I hate Jalen Ramsey. Okay. I despise what he did. Okay. So if that was the Super Bowl, first of all, I'd like to say this. That's the first Super Bowl I ever watched. Was the Titans-Rams Super Bowl in 99. First one I can remember watching as a kid. That would be the one Super Bowl I wouldn't watch. If the Titans played the Rams, I would not watch it. Because I would not want to see Jalen succeed, and I damn sure won't want to see the Titans succeed. Because right now it's a race for a title, right? Like, they can say they went and knocked us out, but bitch, you don't have a trophy.
Yeah.
So you are no better than us. You might be in a better position right now, you think, to succeed and get one. Obviously, because you in the dance this year, so that puts you there for sure.
Yeah, but you still ain't got one yet.
But you don't have one. But when you get one, then it's gonna be like talking to a Colts fan. That shit is annoying as fuck. We got 2 rings, bitch. You have 1 ring. Baltimore don't count. Fuck that. You got 1 ring, Indy. But yeah, so they harp on it. I don't want to deal with that. But I do find it interesting. So I was having a conversation with Tony Smith from Jaguars Today on Twitter and going back and forth about it. Like I kind of chalked it up to recency and the younger fans not hating the Titans at all, really, and more so just hating Jalen. Because if you've only been a fan for the last decade, he is probably enemy number 1.
Oh no, you said they would want. Hold on, but they said 80%.
80% for the Rams
to win.
Yes, for the Rams to win.
Okay, so yeah.
So what we were talking about at 20%, I think the shock.
You thought it would have been around like 90 to 95ish.
I thought it would be. Yeah. And I think that's what they were expecting because Tony brought it, Tony tweeted out and I kind of responded to him. Was like, well, they just hate Jalen as much or more than they hate the Titans. And then here's where it hit me. Are you ready for this? I'm going to give you the mind-blown moment. You ready for this? Jalen Ramsey. The hatred for Jalen Ramsey should 100% fall on the Titans' shoulders because Jalen Ramsey is a Tennessee-born boy who grew up a fan of the Titans, who then came to the Jacksonville Jaguars and broke our hearts and turned his back on his teammates and faked the injury to get out of here. And that's all because he's a Titan-loving motherfucker. So it's his fault. It's the Titans' fault. So if you hate Jalen, you got to hate the Titans even more because the Titans planted him here on purpose. It was all part of the plan. It was a part of mind blown. It's a part of the plan.
But
Jalen Ramsey was sitting here to fuck us up.
But Hall of Fame players probably should win championships, and I wouldn't mind if he won. I don't want Tennessee to ever fucking win nothing.
But if he wins, Tennessee wins.
I don't give a fuck, bro. That'll fit the part. That'll just fit the story. Former Jags win Super Bowls. That's fine. You know what? You know what's not a story? The Titans win the Super Bowl. Fuck them, bro. Fournette just won one last year, bro. Like,
yeah. If the Titans win the Super Bowl, guess what?
Yeah, you're gonna be hot. I'm gonna be hot too.
Very, very, very. But you know what? They're not gonna get a ring before us. You know why?
Who's our coach? Byron.
That's why. Because next season,
who's our coach? Byron. Who? Byron. Say what up to Byron. What's up, Byron?
What you thankful for next football season?
Means right, Jesus Christ and Byron.
Who?
Byron.
Who?
Byron.
Who the Jags' next head coach?
Byron.
Who?
Byron.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You know what, though? Speaking of coaches, I'm going to bring on, after I fix my camera, former Jacksonville Jaguars strength and conditioning coach, my guy, friend of the show, Mr. Sean Karpf. Bring him on. Let's go. I like that. We'll give him another. Yeah! They should have never gave me these buttons, bro. They should have never gave me these buttons. If I ever lost my buttons, you know what? I'd be mad. So fucking mad. Sean, what's going on, man? It's been a minute. How are you, my guy?
I'm doing better. What's up?
Shit, we just living, man. You know, we living out here. Trying to fucking make, speak it into existence.
Who's our coach? Byron.
Yep, that's it. That's all we trying to do. If Byron comes in and Byron says, hey, yo, Sean, we want you to come back, you gonna come back?
I'm good.
So fuck that.
I'm good.
I really lost, I grew up watching the Jags, and I really lost being around it all day, every day. When you lose, as a fan, you just turn the shit off and you just go do whatever you want. Well, I got to go back in on Monday morning and be around everybody after a loss. So I don't know. I definitely military. They want to bring me on as a liaison and, do some stuff with the team. And I wouldn't mind doing that where it's every once in a while. But
yeah, not
every day.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the trenches with it no more. That shit, yeah, like I said, it's just, fuck that.
Constant. Well, I know that you spent what? How many seasons were you with Jacksonville?
17 to last year.
17 to last year. Okay.
So I think I went on the show 19 maybe. And I told you, I said, or you asked, all right, if we have another losing season, you asked me something, and I was like, I'm going to quit. I'm going to move on. If I'll take responsibility for it. And I lived up to it.
Yeah. So what have you been up to since walking away from your position in Jacksonville? What have you been doing this last season?
Started a pressure washing company, a leg up pressure washing. I really enjoy it. You know, I feel like a sense of accomplishment. I can see the before and after, and so it's really cool to be able to start something from, you know, a couple $1,000, start a business, and just watching it grow right now.
That's awesome, man. So you said leg up pressure washing. And I went ahead, I posted that down below. So those of y'all that are in need of any services like that, man, the leg up pressure washing, 904-859-0931. You can call. You get a former Jaguar coach out there, pressure wash. Now this is, I make fun of Brandon. We got a buddy, Brandon. All right, B-Mac, who pressure washes his driveway all the time. And I'm like, bro, that's serial killer shit. Like, what are you doing? And like, why are you out there spraying the concrete? Okay. And he's like, I want my driveway to be clean. I was like, that's really some serial killer shit. Like, you just drive on that all day. It's dirt all around it. What the fuck? But that's a real thing. Like, people are serious about those fucking driveways. They want them shits clean. I think that shit is incredible that people do that.
You got some homeowners associations that don't play, and they don't have a choice.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. So how long have you been doing that now?
Probably about 6 months now. I did a office job for a little while and really just couldn't stand being in front of a computer. So I have a friend who owns Bullseye Pressure Washing, and you know he had an extra trailer with a bunch of equipment, and I bought it from him, and really was just going to do it, you know, at the house and friends and stuff like that part time. And I started making so much money doing that on the side. I was making more money than I was working at my regular job. So I took over and just started doing it full time. And it's crazy. I never thought I'd own a business, especially after, you know, last season I was with the Jags. I got my master's degree. I got my strength certification and just said, you know what, I'm done with this. And now, like, I think I like it mostly because you got the hustle. Like like whatever you do, like that's on you. And so if you don't want to work, you can stay at home. But I mean, I want to make money, so I go out and do as many as I can. So
right,
sure, as you should. You gotta catch all them pops, man.
Yeah. So everybody, we tuned in now. You're rocking with Sean Karpf, man, former Jacksonville Jaguar strength and conditioning coach, man. The last time you were on, you shared some funny stories, but you was employed by the Jags then, okay? So you was a little limited. You were very careful with your words at that point in time. We were very careful with our questions and what we asked because we didn't want to get you in trouble or nothing like that.
Shout out to Dave Sizzle in the house.
Dave Sizzle, same old Jags.
D Sizzle,
aka New Era Jaguars group. Dave Sizzle in the house, man. Shout out to him.
aka D Sizzle.
But one of the stories you told us about Jalen Ramsey. Still my favorite story about Jalen Ramsey putting an assistant in the trash can, and that was gold, man. So I gotta ask, you gotta give me some more, man. Give me some more Jacksonville Jaguar locker room stories, man. Some of the craziest stuff you saw happen that you are comfortable sharing. I know you got some good stuff. What you got for us, man? What you got for the people? And those of you watching right now, man, send any questions you have for Sean. Go ahead and send that into the comments, and we'll ask right here on the air. But what other crazy stories did you experience during your 3-4 years in Jacksonville?
And so I don't know if I shared this one with you. And I really don't want to say names because I do respect that bond in the locker room. But there was I don't think anybody would know who this player is anyways, but he was a special guy back in, it was like either 17 or 18. I'm sitting there on the practice field and this player comes up and he's like, hey, I was going to join the military. So, but I couldn't join because I got too many traffic citations and, but I was playing Call of Duty to get ready to join the military. And I was like, just so blown away. Like, somebody could think that playing a video game was going to get them ready to join the military.
Bro, what the
I feel disrespected. Like I'm not even a veteran. I feel disrespected by that statement. Like,
what? And coming from somebody who plays the fuck out of Call of Duty, like, why would you, like, I never in my life would ever think, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know why I didn't want to sign up to go into the military,
right.
but it had nothing to do with, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, yeah, man, I think I could do it, man. Like,
wow.
Like, no, man,
now, do you play Call of Duty, Sean?
I used to. I don't.
Okay.
I haven't played a video all, but I used to play Call of Duty. And
I was one of my former trainers, a buddy of mine, real close buddy, Rob. He was a sniper, and he served, and he did multiple tours overseas, and he's got like real bad PTSD. Like it really affects him. You can't walk up and go, like if you startle him in any way, like it really bothers him, and he can't drive and shit. Like it's pretty brutal. He's a bodybuilder, real great guy, one of the sweetest guys I know. Great human being, but like he can't even play games and shit like that. So, you know, I know it's very sensitive. It's a very sensitive topic for somebody to just walk up and be like, yeah, I played Call of Duty to prepare to join the military. That seems incredibly disrespectful.
Yeah, and when he said that, I was standing next to Brian Inger, the punter, and so he goes running into the play to do whatever he was going to do on defense. And I'm sitting there looking at Brian, and he's looking at me like, did he really say that? And and then I said, yeah, well, I mean, I was going to play in the NFL, so I just started playing Madden and,
Yeah, man. I started on NCAA, and then I worked my way up to Madden.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
and hey, by the way, I play all Madden, by the way.
Madden.
Okay. I'm not on rookie or pro. I'm all Madden. So I'm clearly ready for the league.
I'm real nice.
The fuck out of here. All right, let's jump to the comments. We got a couple questions. And this is good one. I don't know if you want to name any names, but this is funny. So, I mean, maybe you won't mind. Who had the worst hygiene on the roster during your time there? Who was funky in the locker room?
I don't know if I ever got that.
That's a good question. Patrick McGuigan. I'm going with McGuigan. I like McGuigan.
Damb.
Somebody was
gotta be
a lineman.
Right? Who just be out there farting all the time. Because that's technically hygiene too. If somebody just always just ripping, and they don't just brazzing about it, they don't give a fuck. They just fart in the trainer's
walk
face.
Past crop dusting everybody. Have you ever? No, answer this first, then I ask you.
But it's got. I mean, it's got to be one off lineman, but to me, none of them stood out. I mean, but.
Yeah.
Like when he asked the question, it reminded me of Ngakoue trying to I remember coming back from the practice field and there's big commotion and everything, and Ngakoue had short temper, obviously. You know, he was always about to fight somebody, but
Dante Fowler.
I remember somebody was using, I guess, his shower that he always used, and he came in there. It was like, basically, hey, that's my shower, and Chris said, "The fuck it is," and then so they were about to fight and everything, and it was over a shower. Like, I don't know why that reminded. But,
yeah, I can totally believe that with Jan too.
Yeah, I can believe it because he just. But like I said, he's just. But I mean, you gotta football. I mean, people play with an edge. I guess he just always has an edge.
He just
but
walks
it's just
around
like. But that's why
he seemed like one of them guys, very fiery, very. Well, the wrong statement will set him off.
Well, you can see on Twitter. Like when he's calm. He's not on Twitter. He doesn't wild out on Twitter as much as he used to. But he used to be real wild on Twitter.
But he's like one of my favorite players to be around just because he's got some screw. So I feel like I fed it.
I feel like you would have got. I think you would have got along good with Jahar Ward.
Oh man.
Oh,
Hottie's a trip.
Man, it's funny. My wife at the beginning of the year, when we saw Urban Meyer come, we actually had some glimmer of hope when the season's before the season started, and she's like, "Don't you wish you were out there with them?" And I was like, "Yeah, I miss it." And then, towards the end of the year, I looked at her and I said, "No, I don't miss it."
Hey, bro said, "Dodge that bitch."
I would have got kicked.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm mad as fuck that you weren't there. I wish you were. As much as I'm very glad that you found peace and started this business. I'm happy for you.
That fucking show.
But boy, if we'd have had you in there and was able to really know what the fuck was going on, because I know it was an adventure every fucking day in that building. I can only imagine.
Cause this definitely was the year to have an inside source. Because this was crazy.
I remember, talking to a couple players and they're like just shaking their head, like, "Man, I'm so glad you're not here." And I'm like, "Damn." I went to training camp before training camp started, watched practice, and it seemed so hyped, and the whole practice was different. It just everybody looked like they were smiling and stuff. So I guess. Once everything started coming around, like training camp and everything, that's when stuff started changing. But at the beginning of the year, I thought it would be different. I thought it was going to be special.
Let me ask you this. We're tuned in right now. You're tuned in with Sean Karpf, man, former Jacksonville Jaguars strength and conditioning coach, now owner of a leg up pressure washing company. Make sure you get at him. What the situation in Cincy, right? With Urban not coming home with the team. How rare was that? Was that really everything it was blown up to be? The fact that he didn't travel back with the team, is that something that you've ever heard done before? Do you think it was that big of a deal? What was your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, in the 4 years I was with the Jags, no one ever did not get on the plane to fly back home. So, especially a head coach. To me, that's so disrespectful to me. I mean,
would you have ever been allowed to do that, even as a strength and conditioning coach? Were you allowed to not fly back home with the team?
Hell no. And it was crazy. The last year I was there was that pretty big COVID year. Where started off the season where I think we were the only team that had fans in the stadium. Mm-hmm. But I remember we weren't even allowed to leave the hotel. It was crazy that last year. But no, that is insane to me that somebody at that caliber would, from that moment on, I felt good about the team. And then when that happened, I was like, all right, you might as well let him go.
We were actually at that game. We all traveled to Cincy. We went about 10, 12 deep out there. We got a section. We were there. It was an incredible game. It was it was week 4, and it really looked like everything was coming together.
The first half.
Oh, it was so good.
I wish I would have went to I wish I would have went to the bar with him, bro. I wish I would have went to his bar.
Out, Sean. Oh my God, the level of disrespect I was demonstrating in that stadium. Because where we was at, it was like a whole just concrete. I was just walking back. I was doing a Ric Flair. I'm wooing at people. I'm screaming at this one guy with glasses that keeps looking at us, looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, yeah, Specs. How about that, Specs? What you think? Every field goal we make, I'm like, we're going to the fucking Super Bowl. We got a kicker. I'm going crazy. We are dominating them.
Great game.
With Wright?
Was that?
Wasn't that Wright's first game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the very first kick, I'm like, oh, shit. He makes the extra point. I'm like, let's go.
We
got a kicker.
And then he missed the thing. Then I think he missed the field goal.
Oh man. But we didn't care because we put up points at will. So it was one of those situations, man. He was just like, man, this is beautiful. And it really did. The team looked like they was on a rise. It looked like an upswing. It looked like we were going to be fine. That might have been the moment that really broke things for this franchise, because then you started to see them kind of go back down. And then Miami comes, we win that. And then you see the locker room, you see the excitement and the love that they had. And, you know, they was hugging Urban, picking him up. And you was thinking, okay, maybe they're kind of blowing it out of proportion. Maybe it's not that big of a deal, but clearly it was. Like I said, man, I wish for my own selfish reasons that you would have been in those locker rooms just so I could see and hear, because nobody's ever going to tell us. They're never going to tell us until the 30 for 30 comes out. 30 for 30, ESPN 30 for 30, Urban Meyer.
It's going to come out.
Two fingers, one team. The fuck? Like, that's when we're going to find out. But until then, you know, we're never really going to know. Nobody's going to speak on it until then. Real Melancholic says, what was the most frustrating situation you had with a player?
Probably dealing with Ramsey. I don't know. He's just one of those guys that just, you know, they basically, you know, you're trying to get him to do stuff and he's looking at you like you're crazy. And, that was the most frustrating, especially seeing him, like the way he interacted around the other players and like breaking huddles and stuff. And he's 10 feet away from everybody with his hand out, like, and everybody's tight, you know, like that. Working with him was very frustrating, just because it was like the first person I saw that, you know.
I mean, he's a shitty personality, man. He's a dickhead. So I mean, that's kind of what happens. I think when you get, not all superstars are going to be like that, but I think that's just a type of superstar, and that's the type of superstar he is. He's a fucking dickhead. And I mean, it's just, we see, you know what I'm saying? We see how he conduct business, like, as on the outside, but like I said, you on the inside, I can call him a fucking dickhead. but that's exactly what he is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I completely understand, because we already have our own personal reasons why we don't like him, and we don't even know the inside making. So I know how people can feel. I definitely can feel how people can feel, because God.
Yeah. He seemed like that type of guy.
Yeah.
Patrick has, he said one more question, and it actually segues perfectly. Did Jalen get clowned by the team for the "you tell me" in that interview? was there anybody making fun of Jalen in there for that? Yeah, you tell me interview.
So every year the rookies do a rookie show, and I forgot who did it. I think it may have been Smoot, but they had on the rookie. They had somebody sitting there like interviewing, like they were interviewing Jalen Ramsey, and then like he whole bit funny as hell, like, and the whole team was cracking up. Like, I remember when the video first came out and I saw it and I watched it over and over and over, and I'm like, yeah.
Smooth.
I've never seen an interview like that to this day. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Tell me.
To this day, it seemed intentional.
It looked like that was his first fight.
Yeah.
He got his first fight.
He should be better than that.
He was still amped up. You tell him, but it just then he been around. You could tell that he was probably only around his pops when it came to football and training. He was around his mom and his auntie a lot, because he do a lot of sucking his teeth and popping his neck and sounded real insane. So, but
that was crazy. That was crazy.
That was wild, bro. I'm talking about Twitter went crazy after that.
Remember Nod Ross dropped a video mimicking it?
it
Was so good. Nod Ross comedian. Shout out Nod Ross out of Jacksonville. Funny ass comedian. He redid a parody to it, and it was hilarious. It was spot on. It was just the neck roll and everything. Great question. Great question. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We are live right now with Shawn Carr, former strength and conditioning coach with the Jacksonville Jaguars, friend of the program on previously, now owner of a Leg Up pressure washing company. If you guys need any pressure washing services, if you want to be a serial killer and get your driveway pressure washed, or if you need your siding pressure washed, or whatever the case may be, go on ahead. You can get it done right here. Call Shawn at 904-859-0931 or visit him online, www.aleguppressurewashing.com. Looks like Big Duval, winner of the Men in Teal Podcast Fantasy Football Chain, has a question. He says, how is Miles Jack as a person? He seems like a very quiet guy.
Miles clown. But man, he's like a person that's like hard to like put your thumb on, you know what I mean? Like he's like 1 minute you're like, oh, he doesn't care, and then next minute he's over here making candles, and next like, and I remember like his first couple of years there, like it seemed like he hated the weight room, and I don't know if it was him not liking the head strength coach or just giving the head strength coach a hard time. He would show up with his shoes, in his hand, walk into the weight room with his shoes, putting his shoes on, just like he's trying to be disrespectful to the guy because he knew he was going to get something out of him. But I hung out with, that's probably one of the players that I've, been around the most. And he actually came to my housewarming party, him and Calais, only two players, that I invited over, and they both came over. But he's definitely maturing. Like when I was around him the first couple years, you could tell he was young and immature. And I know last off season we were talking, and he was sending me videos of him, lifting and getting ready for the next season. So I was like, man, he's actually taking that next step. And so, but great dude. And just somebody that you like, that's the guy you want on your team. Like he's going to give you everything no matter what.
We love Miles. The Miles Jack hate that has come this season has been crazy to see. Like you'll see fans now saying trade Miles, he's overrated, and I don't see it. Miles Jack is the only consistent superstar on that defense. Josh Allen has the ability to, and he has had flashes, superstar seasons. But Miles Jack has year in and year out been the best player on that defense, without a doubt.
And still dealing with should be changed. Like the defense hadn't changed,
changes.
but now they've been switching his position they were switching his position in the one defense, and now
outside linebacker to middle linebacker. Take the green dot from him, give it to somebody else. Give him the green dot back.
And then now you're in a whole different defense this year,
completely.
And it just got you
first time in your career.
Yeah,
that you've been in this defense. Completely different ball game.
So it's like, all right, let's go. I'm gonna rock out. He missed some games, but rocking out, bro. To me, he rocked out all season, bro. Like I don't know if he got any picks, but he's very tackle. He made a lot of tackles this year again. I mean, so
shout out Marino, man. Marino tuned in with us right now. Marino, a veteran. Marino's actually currently serving now. He just graduated drill instructor school, Sean. That man graduated drill instructor school. One of our biggest viewers, man, constantly tuned in. Even through drill instructor school, he was sneaking devices and watching the show, man. Mr. Marino, he'd call in. He couldn't talk because his voice was all fucked up. He was Did you have good relationships with your drill instructors, man? I can't believe there's a school for it, Sean. I just couldn't believe there was a school for it. I feel like if I wasn't covered in tattoos and I lived a different life, My loud ass would have been great at drill instructor school. I love to yell. It's one of my favorite things. I would have fucking killed drill instructor school. Like I rapped like a drill instructor. That was my whole gimmick was screaming into a microphone. So I would have been great at that. But what?
There's definitely there's definitely a need for that. I mean, it's funny, man, because at the beginning, like, you hate your drill instructors. Like they just keep shitting on you, but as it progresses and you start getting like closer to graduation, like you have so much respect for them, and I feel like it's Coach Coughlin, as the players when they're there they hate them, and then they leave and no longer coached by them, and then they respect them because you always know what you're gonna get, at least.
Right.
I mean, but like my drill instructors, I always remember those three guys, and what they taught me, and what lessons I learned from them, and how crazy one of them was. The dude always carried like 7 knives on him, and he would tell you, he's like, I got 7 knives on me. If you don't believe me, and he started pulling knives out, and I'm like, what the what the first six knives were? I mean,
they weren't enough.
But that dude was insane, and I was like, and he would tell us every day, yep, look to your left, look to your right. 2 of you are not gonna make it. And I'm like, what?
2?
Like, that's what you say every day. And I'm like, I don't know if this is true. I don't think the odds are 1 in 3.
Right. 1 in 3. 1 in 3.
Trying to prep it, but hey, shit. I mean, look, my pops done told me stories of his drill instructors. He was in the Marines in like 83. He said that's when they can say, he said that's when they can drop the F word on you, and and didn't nobody blink an eye. It was encouraged.
Right.
So.
Mourinho said his recruits hated him at the beginning because I'd fucked them up constantly because they pissed me off. But like Sean said, now the last 3 weeks they love me more than the senior drill instructor, basically the dad role. So yeah, man, shout out to Mourinho, man. Glad that you could tune in with us. Great show for you to tune in with us.
Hey, shout out to that first class graduate. He said, let's say February, what?
What do you say, February 11th? February 11th, his first class will be the graduated, man. So that's what's up, man. Mourinho is out here training soldiers to defend this country. Shout out to him.
Man. Shout out to him, man. Always respect, man.
Facts.
Where is he at?
Where are you out of, Mourinho? Where you at right now? Where are you out of? That's a Sandalwood boy, too. Mm-hmm. Mourinho. He actually, we sent him some shirts out there to his houses. He still his house was still out there by Sandalwood before that. While we wait for that, what's your thoughts on the coaching search right now? I'm assuming, so kind of like you said, being able to be out of it now, not in the building every day, you don't have to own every loss like you did before. So I would assume your level of fandom has kind of revitalized a little bit, maybe at the wrong time because we're pretty shitty. But what do you see is the need for this team in the coaching department? Do you have a favorite? Where would you like to see them go?
To me, like going to Coach Meyer that never coached at NFL at that level, like, for me, it's just I want to go with a coach that has been there before, So, like, to me, like the Doug Peterson or like somebody that has been there, but like I see the Byron Leftwich, that right there is intriguing just because.
Who's our coach? Byron.
Like that. Like I don't know. Being an offense coordinator for what, 3 years now?
Yeah, 3 years. Quarterbacks coach prior to that.
Yeah. But
quarterbacks coach prior to that, and he was gifted play calling responsibilities in his last year as a quarterbacks coach as well.
And And I mean, and a lifetime, and he's a lifetime quarterback. I mean,
True.
I mean, so I feel like the offensive, so any of the offensive stuff, this is he's played at a pretty high level. He
was a top pick, right?
Yeah,
he was a
top
top pick. He was brought in to be the savior of a franchise.
Yeah.
So he's a top pick brought in to be a savior of a franchise. It didn't work out for him at that particular time. He goes and becomes a backup. And everybody says one of the greatest coaches on the team is the backup quarterback because he's the guy relaying calls. He's constantly around.
With a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
And one of the greatest coaches in the NFL. 15 seasons, not a single losing season.
And that's why Bruce Arians trust him because he was the offensive coordinator. Well, Bruce Arians was he was something before he became the offensive coordinator there. Because I remember somebody else was the offensive coordinator and then they got fired. The dude that played golf or something. It's like Todd something.
I don't remember. Yeah.
But
yeah, fell in love with Byron. Fell in love with Byron and said he was the only guy he would bring in to call plays. And even now, as it sounds like he will be leaving, and reports coming out, today and yesterday, really starting to garner some traction as far as him coming to Jacksonville. Dilla reported today Byron Leftwich is the clear favorite. They want him. Dilla is usually pretty accurate. He's spot on. I don't know how his job at Target allows him to be the biggest Jacksonville insider on Twitter. I'm trying to get like him. Really, really am. But this one should make people happy. Dilla said he was told Bill O'Brien's interview sucked. And apparently his interview went from 4 to 6 p.m. and the Jaguars organization was at the airport by 6:30. So it was not one of those situations where the interview went a little longer. They got the fuck up out of there. You got your 2 hours. We got the fuck out of there. So the Jaguar fans will be very happy about that. I wasn't as down on the Bill O'Brien possibility as others were, but I've been on the Byron kick since literally maybe 3 shows after we interviewed you the first time. Like right away, we kind of felt like, oh, this season's going bad. A lot of Doug getting out of here talk was happening. And I was like, hey, listen, if that happens, I want Byron. And that was then. Now I want him even more. And I think that him getting to learn from Tom Brady, and it's a give and take. You're the coach, but you also learn. You should learn in every situation. It doesn't matter. So if you're sitting here and you're working with the GOAT, that does nothing but help you become better. Because now you're telling him, well, this is what I would do in this scenario. And the GOAT's coming back and saying either, yeah, that's true, or this is what I would do. And now you have this back and forth, this dialogue opened up between you. And if you watch a man in the arena has been fucking phenomenal. I don't know if either of you got a chance to watch that. It is great. And as you watch it, you see just how hard Tom Brady works. And then you hear reports, and this segues into where I want to go with this, because I wanted to ask you if you've ever heard anything like this in your years coaching in the league. Byron Leftwich, Shady McCoy says on a podcast the other day that Byron actually, Mike Evans needed 1,000 yards to hit a bonus. And so last couple weeks of the season, they were already in the playoffs, didn't matter. Byron was literally going to guys and going, hey, you need an incentive bonus? Let me know. How far are we away? I'll scheme it up to get you there. Like, as a player, can you imagine? He said, I've never heard that before. He's like, I've never seen it. He said, that shit made me love Byron because he was a former player. He's been there. So he's coming up to me going, we're in the playoffs. We're fine.
Yeah.
So he's going, Mike Evans, all right, you need 1,000 yards? You only need a couple hundred yards? Bet. I'm going to scheme it up so you the target. Let's go. So imagine, like, as a player, right? Like, you're sitting here now, you know that your coach has your back, not just on the field, not the wins and losses that apply to him, but we're talking your bank account now. Like, that's a great feeling. Have you ever heard any coaches doing anything like that at your time?
Never.
That's incredible.
That I couldn't even imagine. Being in the locker room and that guy's actually looking out for people like that. I mean, what do you say? The players coach, but that's like another level.
That's above and beyond.
Yeah. No, that's great, man. I think that's awesome.
Regardless if I was getting the bonus or somebody else was getting the bonus, like that's big time.
Yeah, and like I said, they don't come out. It don't come out of his paycheck. So it's like, bro, I need everybody, whoever got incentives, if we can achieve them after the team, if the team goal is to get here, then we can start knocking out some individual goals on the way to where we need to get to. Because
who's our coach? Byron.
Let's go.
That's it.
I thought you were gonna hold it again.
No. Just give me the little bite.
Who's our coach? Byron. Who? Byron. Say what up to Byron. What's up, Byron? What you thankful for next football season? He's right, Jesus Christ and Byron.
That's why they thankful for Byron right there. That's why. Because the man is out here caring. I want to run through a wall for you, dude. Like, I've always loved players, coaches. Like, if you didn't play the game, I was the type of player, I really didn't listen to you like that. If you didn't play the game, because you can't relate to me. Like, I always listen to my coaches. But the coaches who played this game and they had that different bite about them, I wanted to run through a wall for you. Like, you presented the game differently to me. You ran the team differently. I wanted to play for you differently. I remember my first season in Arena, being out there in Texas. That guy was a former player 3 seasons out. He was just playing 3 seasons ago. And now he's the head coach. He looked like he could still outplay half the defense. I mean, he was fucking jacked. Coach Tillis was, just jacked. And bro, he talked to you like a player. Like, he talked to you. There was a relationship there. He could relate to what you were going through. And that helped you want to play even harder. It was just that relationship that was there. So I can only imagine if he's coming up to me saying, hey, listen, I know you only, 4 sacks away from hitting this. Let's go ahead and try to get that in for you. I'm going to make sure that I up your playing time a little bit to keep you in. Let me know if you need to come out, but otherwise stay in there. Let's get you your money. Like, that's special. That really is. So that just made me love Byron even more and want him for this position because, I mean.
Who's our coach? Byron.
That's it. That's it. I don't want to. And I was on the Doug Peterson train, right, Sean? Like, I was with you on Doug Peterson. I definitely do like the Doug Peterson possibility. I like the Jim Caldwell possibility. I like that as well.
But you talked Byron up last year before we hired Urban.
Way back, I was on a Byron train because obviously the story is incredible, right? Like, the nostalgia. As I sit here, I open this little pack. I got a pack of cards right here, y'all. This is a 2006 NFL Topps team set. And I can go through and guess what? You're right. He's right here. He's right here. This was the guy. That was our quarterback, man. And you're telling me, and somebody made a tweet earlier, and the shit gave me fucking chills. And it said a man was brought in to be the savior of a franchise. Nobody knew he would do it 15 years later. Oh my God. I just got chills saying it. Nobody knew he was meant to do it 15 years later.
Oh man, is he Luke Skywalker?
That's crazy. That's crazy. It's such a beautiful fucking statement. I wish I had my phone to give credit to whoever the fuck it was that tweeted it. Because it was fucking brilliant. I did not come up with it, guys. I didn't. I don't want to take responsibility for it. Whoever the fuck tweeted that, that was brilliant. And it's true. Like, bring Byron back and let him be, like we said, top pick, right? Came in. So he can relate to Trevor right away in a different manner. It's top pick. So he's able to relate to Trevor differently. He understands the pressures of being the guy in this city, dealing with this fan base in this market. He knows the struggles.
And Trevor should be just fine because they're not gonna dog him. They're not gonna dog him a 30th.
No.
Of what they did to Byron Leftwich.
No.
Bro, they was going crazy at that young man when he first got here.
They look different. They look different. Bro. So, it's still the South. It's still the South, okay?
Yeah, bro. Exactly.
And that was the early 2000s too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Things. I feel you.
Bro, that stadium, bro, people used to wear people used to be having that flag on in the stadium.
But it was still a lot of 8 jerseys while Byron was playing. It was still a whole lot of 8s being worn. Like, wait a minute. All right.
Who is this? Who? Byron. Right. Who is it?
Who's our coach? Byron.
That's who.
That's what they said. They said, who's Byron?
Who's our coach? Byron. Who? Byron.
Mark.
Yeah.
Mark's awesome.
I don't know. So I'm big on the Byron Leftwich train, man. Very big on it. Sean, by the way, Mourinho said he's out at Paris Island, South Carolina right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. So here's what I don't know what up, Cheyenne? I see you. Big Duval. See, Big Duval just gets to asking crazy shit. He won the chain. Now he think he could just ask crazy shit. This is a crazy question. Have you ever seen a player knock someone out on the coach's staff? I was with him until on the coach's staff. That was very specific. Like, have I ever seen a player hit a coach? Like, damn. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to that question. But what is one of the more outside of the shower fight? Is there any other brawls or interactions that you saw go down in the locker room that you're able to speak on?
Besides that, the Fowler and Ngakoue was pretty crazy.
Was it constant? Was it multiple times? Because we only saw the one on the practice field where they had to get broken up multiple times on the way back to the locker room.
Oh yeah, and then in the locker room it happened again. Those two went at it quite a bit, and I think most of it was just Ngakoue. Basically, he's like, no, I'm the man. Like, I don't care where you were drafted. Like, I'm that guy. And so I think just seeing them two go at it a couple of times. But really, I mean, if there was ever anything that happened between players, I never saw anything. Besides Ngakoue and Fowler and Ngakoue and someone else.
Fucking Jan. I tweeted Jan today for the first time in a long
time.
That's
funny.
Yeah.
That's funny because I saw that.
Yeah, it was the first time I had seen him tweeting forever. And he was like, diamond in the rough, which he's always, called himself that, referred to himself as that. And I did love Jan. Like, Jan was one of my favorite players. He just had that chip on his shoulder. He played with an attitude. He definitely outplayed his original contract and his draft positioning. And I just wish he would have taken that contract. I wish, and his bank account wishes that. Because even now, I think he just had a 9-sack season this year. It's the first time really being successful since the trade. I mean, they was offering him $19 million. They were about to, they were trying to pay him like a top edge rusher. I think it was a year's issue. He wanted more years or more front money, whatever the case may be. There was something wrong with the original deal. And he felt disrespected and wanted to move on. And I think that was the worst decision for his bank account and one of the worst decisions for the Jaguars. Because that Fowler, when you really look at the plan, and I said this before, Dave Caldwell had a really brilliant plan. If you look at how he was structuring that roster, Dante Fowler and Yannick Ngakoue was supposed to be, Mathis and Freeney. Like, they were about to be the two dominant edge rushers. Calais was here to bridge that gap. They didn't know Jan was going to be who he was, and he wound up being that dude. So you were about to have two really good edge rushers for a long time. You were going to lock them both up. But then they could not coexist, and they were constantly bickering, constantly fighting. And, they chose Jan. They said, all right, you know what? Jan's never been in trouble. Jan didn't slap an old man's groceries out his hand, throw his glasses and all that shit. Jan isn't sitting there watching his baby mama's fight in the stairwell. Jan isn't getting in trouble like this. We're going to keep Jan, and we're going to go ahead and move on from this guy, even though we invested a much higher draft pick. And we're going to go ahead and move on from Fowler. And it wound up being the wrong decision.
Everybody saying it was the wrong decision. And I'll say it's the wrong decision, not even because he's playing well now. It's because I think the rest of the team liked him more because, just like you said, Jan was a short temper. He always fighting people. Yeah. And it's like, bro, everybody else was getting along pretty well on that team.
There was a bunch of dogs. I was watching. Telvin tweeted today. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Telvin tweeted today for the first time in a long time.
Oh God, that dude is.
He tweeted today and said that he was looking. He's been searching for a new why in his life, and he thinks he finally found it. And strength. It was like strength, discipline, work ethic, whatever. And now he's found a new purpose, and that's another good one, man. I love Telvin Smith. I loved him so much. He was a heart and soul on that team. Was Telvin as big a part of that, that 17 run as Ramsey and them? I think so. You got any Telvin Smith stories in the locker room, man? Telvin, he seemed like a fiery, fun dude.
Yeah, man. That his last year, I know his My Cause, My Cleats was actually me. Like he had my unit, the 82nd on his cleat, Purple Heart, Sergeant Karpf, like Wounded Warrior Project logo. And I remember I was supposed to get those damn cleats, and they were actually in his locker, and he's like, "Yeah, just go ahead and grab them." And I was like, "Oh, I'll wait until you give them to me." And sure enough, here in the off season, Telvin's not going to be here anymore. But
when that news broke, how did that happen? Like because it was so abrupt, it was so random. Like, did the players know what was going on? Did you guys really know what was up? Because I mean, he just is randomly like, Telvin Smith is going to take a break from football. And
right, yeah, that was weirdest. Like, there was nothing really that I could give you an insight, but they just, I mean, like you could see, like everybody was like, "What the hell?" Like that was one of your leaders. Like he, having such a young team and having a guy like that, that would have meant something special. So you had Puz leave after 17, then you had that happen, and then you went from having Puz, Miles, and Telvin to
just Miles.
Miles.
Yeah.
And who knows who else is around him.
Mm-hmm.
But, no, he was one of those guys that, he would throw out the 10 toes down, and I would mess with him, and I would say, "No, it's 5 toes down."
See, look, that's on my name. That's why I put my name like that today.
Yeah. I gotta hold on. I gotta grab it. Hold on. This is my Shawn Karpf doll. We got a G.I. Joe. No, so deadass, my son got this. He got this doll like this on Halloween, right? It's an OG. It was an OG G.I. Joe. And if you go back and look at when we did our show, it was almost right around this time. It was right around Halloween when we did the show with you. Mm-hmm. So I was explaining to my son, who you were and, kind of telling him your story and whatnot. And he gets this doll and he was like, "Dad, it's just like the coach." And he's like, it's like Coach Shawn. And so this sits in my office. This sits up there with all the rest of the Jaguar memorabilia. And that's what we call it. This is the Coach Shawn Karpf doll, G.I. Joe. I think it's sick. I think it's fucking sick. And the fact that he correlated those.
It reminds me of my son whenever I first got injured and, stepped on the IED. They amputated my leg, and he would take all his toys and break off one leg. Like, and like all his superheroes, everything was missing a leg. And so that reminds me of, I remember my wife, she's like, "What are we going to do?" I was like, "I don't know, just let him break the damn legs off."
Hey, it's pretty damn cool, man. Like, honestly, for the kids to correlate like that in that manner, and then for them to see it as a sign of strength and not see it as a sign of weakness, and for them to look at it and be like, "Nah, that's cool," and like, that's a hero. Like, I don't know, man. That's cool. That's really cool to me. Oh yeah, Duval. Oh nope, that's not a question for you.
Yeah,
I was like, wait, what? I ain't messing with Duval. So now I feel like
Jimbo, man. Hey, man.
Yeah. He said he was at his mom's. We live right now with Shawn Carr, former strength and conditioning coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars, now owner of a Leg Up Pressure Washing. If you need services from the pressure washing field, rather, make sure you hit them up, man. 904-859-0931, or you can check them out online at aleguppressurewashing.com. Doug, I think now I'm on a mission. I'm gonna be on this mission. I'm gonna get you them cleats, bro. I'm gonna find like so the Jaguar like fan base. There's only a handful of guys who have like every and I never understood how. They get every fucking thing. David Mendenhall, Stephen Dickey, fucking Jaguar Fitch, Jay Fish, whatever. They get every piece of memorabilia, and I don't fucking know how. I don't know who they get this stuff from. They get loads of practice jerseys. They get fucking cleats. They get the gloves. They get all of that shit. And I don't know where. They get playbooks, dog. They'll have a whole guy's end of the year bag. They'll get his whole fucking end of the year bag. It'll have his fucking. I got, where the fuck is it? Oh, it's in the box. I got one of the face masks. I don't even know why a guy would have that. Why would you have a cold weather mask in fucking Florida? It doesn't make sense. But it was the guy's cold weather mask, his training pants, like it's got his number on it. Like I got those from them. They'll have the practice jersey. They'll have the shirts, the pullovers, all that, and the tag has your shit on it, so you know it's for you. It'll have all that, and then it has the guy's fucking playbook. Like, how do you get your hands on this shit? But I guarantee you, one of them, and if they don't have it, they know who does. Who has those fucking cleats? I'm about to get on. I'm about to get in David Mendenhall inbox.
Yeah, I actually did Stephen Dickey's house. It was like one of the first houses I did.
Oh yeah.
And my wife worked with him a long time ago at Citibank, and she was like, "Yeah, you got to check out his man cave." And sure enough, when I went there to do the job, and he knew that I was a strength coach, and he was like, "Hey, I got something to show you." And so we walk upstairs, and I'm looking around. I'm like, "What?" So, like, I got a few jerseys on the wall, a few helmets, but this was like everywhere you look, every corner, every inch.
Mm-hmm.
There's many helmets from every draft pick of the Jags, of the college team. I was like, what? Like, everything was labeled. There's lights lighting everything up, and I'm like, dude, this is like next level. Like, I thought I was a fan. I go check my fandom. Like,
right. Like, I got a couple plaques. I do a fucking podcast, obviously. I got a Bortles rookie jersey, Trevor Lawrence jersey that I got from China.
I need that. I need Steven. I need whatever Stephen Dickey got going on.
Yeah,
bro. He got to share some of the wealth, bro. Because he
got it. I got a teal office that I think is pretty dope. Nothing like the shit those guys got. They got,
honestly,
like, David Mendenhall has
I wouldn't spend that much money.
He's got the seats from the stadium. He's got the seats from the stadium and shit. Like, and I know those were like $300. Those were like $300 when they was on sale. The team was selling them.
I think they were like $150.
No, dog. Not when they first came out. When they first was selling the bitch, they was like $300.
Yeah, I was. Like, when I was down there, one of them day they had 3 or 4 left or something. They had, I guess, like $150.
Yeah, I should have grabbed some.
I should have too. That's why I got these.
I got a Spoonie jersey. That's cool. I got a game issued Spoonie jersey, Brian Witherspoon jersey. That's my throwback. That's my OG jersey, and that's real nice. That's a nice.
Yeah, man. I was just about to get to this box that had an inaugural season jersey in there.
Ooh.
I think it was like a Burline or somebody, bro. Pissed off,
nice.
bro.
That's nice. Yeah, I want to get a helmet. I don't have like an official helmet. I spray painted my son's old youth helmet, the military green, and then I put a matte black Jaguar logo on it myself. So I did that. And that's my Jaguar helmet, but I don't have like an official helmet. The goal is to get one of those real deal helmets at some point.
Who you telling? I need one too, bro. I gotta find me one too.
I gotta get a plug. I gotta get a plug at the stadium. Whatever Mendenhall and Dickey and those guys do, I gotta get into that club, and they're not letting you in. I'm not
doing what they got to do to get the things. I was just,
I need it
because I don't know. I think they might be doing some unspeakable things.
I'll do it
because bro, Stephen like that's. I mean, no, not even Stephen Dickey. David Mendenhall really, because Stephen Dickey just spending that cash. I know.
I think he a paymaster.
Yeah, Stephen Dickey is just dropping. He's dropping dollars on it, and I love that too. But Mendenhall, he's dropping dollars too, but he getting shit. He just getting game worn jerseys like off rip.
He got a bunch of the jerseys, the authentic jerseys.
Yeah.
Like, so the
like
jersey.
A full set.
Before you get the numbers on them, right? Mm-hmm. Like the jersey that's just ready for the seamstress or whoever that individual is that works and does the jerseys in the back. He just had a bunch of blanks, official game, like ready to be issued, ready to be done up blanks from the 2015 jerseys, like that style. He had a bunch of them. I'm like, how the fuck did you get those? Like, who are you fucking?
Somebody.
Like, how? How is that possible? I don't know. I gotta get a
you know how it is, man. It's always a black market.
Yeah, I need to be involved in it. I need to be in it because I want some shit. There's some things I want.
Trust.
There's some things I want. Big Duval, he wants to know: have you ever seen Kismet firsthand?
Seen what?
The boat.
Oh, like I've never been on it, but I know like the year before I got there, or maybe it may have been 2 years before I got there in 2017, but they actually had like a party on the boat. But like the only time I've seen it is like, you know, when I took my boat out, like I would see it, like I'm looking up at this boat and I'm like, damn.
Is it that big?
But it's huge.
Yeah, I've never seen it in person. Holy
picture. Maybe you should right there.
Bro, you seen the people? You seen the people on Facebook talking about? Yeah, just look at him. Look at Shawn Carr. Yeah, he got that big old boat. You know what that means? I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. He's a fucking billionaire.
It means he's a billionaire. That's what it means.
That's what it means. Like, what are you talking about, bro? He wants nice things where everybody likes nice things, but his nice things are just nice. They're going to be a lot nicer, bro. So that's
that movie blown up.
What's that?
There's a movie where like a lot of the final scenes, like the Kismet gets blown up.
Wow, I didn't know that. I gotta look.
Damn,
I gotta Google it.
What the hell? Somebody in the audience they gotta know what the movie is. But
yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I figured it. I figured he rents it out. I mean, I know he does rent it out. A lot. Shit, make a whole bunch of money.
A movie.
Six Underground, starring Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, 600. Yeah.
Yeah, 2019 Netflix.
Okay.
Movie. Oh wow, that's fire. That's fire. $200 million yacht. Jesus Christ.
Look,
Jimbo says, is Sean trying to get back into coaching? No, Jimbo. Sean's not trying to get back into coaching. I've already asked him if Byron was
who's our coach? Byron.
If Byron decided that he was going to bring back some OG coaches, maybe, especially and while we're on the topic of it, I would see that making sense because, you know, the talk now is like bringing back, like restoring the culture. And so, no, Sean wasn't around for the 90s, but he was there for 2017. And so that's the recent culture that they might try to restore. So bringing back some pieces from there would make sense. But he says, no, bro, Sean is done with it. He's happy where he's at, and he has started. No, Jimbo,
Jimbo. And if you would have been here, we started pretty much fairly on time. If you would have been here, you would have known that, Jimbo.
Jimbo, he doesn't want to come back because he's a business owner now. A leg up pressure washing, where you could call and get a quote today, 904-859-0931, or check him out online at aleguppressurewashing.com. Mention Men and Teal Podcast and get a handshake. So make sure that you do that for sure. Yeah, we're not giving discounts, Sean. We're not hooking people. He was like, where the fuck he about to go with this? We didn't discuss this. This is completely off script. No, you get a fucking handshake and a picture. That's what you get. You get a picture with a former Jaguars coach. So what's your plans for the future now? So there's been some discussion, potentially you coming back, you know, for some individual, you know, appearances or whatnot. But other than that, what do you have planned moving forward with the company or anything you got going on?
For me, it's just growing every day. Right now, my goal is to get to a point where I have to hire somebody, you know, and right now, like I said, I started off with a used trailer with used equipment. Now I just purchased a brand new trailer with went from a 4-gallon per minute to an 8-gallon per minute. So now I'm able to do even more work than I was before, and brand new equipment. And so to me, it's every day I'm wanting to grow that brand and get to a point where it's a brand that people in Jacksonville actually know, because there's a couple of different ones here and that are pretty popular, but grow that and really just keep growing myself, getting like I said, I got the master's degree, and now it seems like it doesn't matter, but to me, I think if you're not getting more knowledge and trying to better yourself, then you're actually going backwards. So,
right. Do you think you see yourself ever utilizing that stuff again? Not necessarily in the NFL, but
because I mean, in my backyard, I have a full gym, like so I can see myself doing more one-on-one type training, and I've had a couple people ask me, can you train my kid? And I really don't feel comfortable training, kids as far as lifting and stuff. But
right.
I could see myself doing that just on the side because I love working out myself. So I got it right there in the backyard, and a personal trainer's cost a damn arm and a leg, no pun intended.
Right.
But
that's what I saw doing, myself. That was my goal, was to open up a training facility specifically targeting sports specific training for youth. And so that way you could target, that audience and get them ready, whether we're talking combine prep or a lot of these now, it's so less about the high school sports and more about the camps they go to. So getting them ready for those camps. Yeah. 7-on-7 camps, Elite 11 camps, specializing in just that, focusing on that, and getting these kids ready. Kind of like what Denny Thompson, James Coleman are doing over there at Boost. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Sports Den. Kind of like what they're doing over there. Similar. That's definitely been a goal. So if I ever get that popping, it will be back in Jacksonville. And I'm going to be calling you. I'm going to be beating you down. Like, hey, come on. Because I need to put that on the fucking banner. Former Jacksonville Jaguars strength and conditioning coach. That's going to draw the people. Do you use that? Do you use that with your marketing? Are we using that for the marketing on the leg up? Because we're talking veteran owned, right? Like I would want to hire this company, right? It's veteran owned, veteran operated. Former Jacksonville Jaguars strength and conditioning coach Sean Karpf. Like, what? I'm hiring you. First of all, I'm never hiring you because I'm not getting my fucking driveway pressure washed. That's some crazy shit. I'm never gonna be that level white. Like, that's white people shit beyond. That's a different level white people shit.
You said you drive on it, right?
You drive on that motherfucker. You know how many times I pissed on the driveway? Like, I actually like to go outside and just piss outside. Like, even out here, I love it because it's cold as fuck. So you walk out, letting the dogs out, and I'll just whip it out and piss right on the driveway. I love it. And I would feel terrible about, like, hey, come spray my piss off this driveway. Like, fuck that. It's outside. We talking about the outside, right? Like, you can come pressure wash my house, but the driveway, bro, like, that's why I'll never let B-Mac live that shit down. Like, the driveway, bro. I mean, I'm not working on cars in my shit anyway, so ain't gonna be no oil stains and all that. Like, that's not gonna happen. So the HOA stuff, whatever. But these dudes get a little crazy here. Okay, they want that driveway sparkly white, and I love it for you. For you, I love it because you gonna get your money, but not for me. I'm not. That's a different level of white. That's a whole nother level of Caucasian. My wife yells at me when I piss outside. Why the fuck did I read that out loud? Well, Michael LeBoy Osteen says, my wife yells at me when I piss outside.
Because she should.
No. We got a question for Jimbo before we get out with Sean. We let Sean go. Jimbo said, who was the biggest jerk player or fellow coach you worked with? He kind of answered that earlier with Ramsey. I don't know. Is there anybody else who was just kind of a dick to coaches?
Besides Jalen, I know, like, towards the end, Keelan Cole, But I think it was more just towards, like I was saying with Miles, with the head strength coach, like just start butting heads with the head strength coach. And besides that, the only coach I couldn't stand was Marone, just because he reminded me of Eeyore walking down the hall.
He said he reminded him of Eeyore.
Oh man, you with the black screen. Oh my god.
I don't care. It was the Eeyore, bro.
That's insane.
That was great. Oh man.
I could, bro. That's right now. I'm seeing it in my head. Right now, I'm seeing it. Him walking down the hallway with a bologna sandwich.
Somebody asked earlier how many bologna sandwiches Sean has seen Doug eat. I wasn't gonna ask it.
I never want sandwich.
No.
Shout out to UCF Jag in the building.
Yeah, UCF. What's good, baby? That's funny. That's funny as hell. Damn, I had a great follow-up to Jimbo's question about the jerks. And yeah, no. It was kind of parallel because he mentioned the whole strength coach, and that seems to be something that has come up multiple times during both interviews, the last time and now. So I'm not gonna pretend I've ever done anything like what you were able to do. I just coach at a measly high school level, and I love it. But I've thought, about pursuing and going further, right? And, I had some opportunities potentially go coach some JUCO teams, and that's the next step logically for me. And I've been asked by my wife, well, what about what's next? And I said, I don't know if I'd ever want to coach in the NFL, because I know what I have to do to motivate like my youth team, and then I know how I have to motivate my high school kids, and it's very different. And then I know what I think I would be doing at the next level, how I'd motivate my college kids. But motivating millionaires and men who make more money than you, and who already have an alpha mentality, and I have an ultimate alpha mentality, and so I feel like it would be incredibly difficult. And so, just what did you experience, or what are your thoughts on that? Just how difficult is it to coach at that level, and not even from the basic what you have to do work-wise, scheming things up, not the level of work you have to do per se, but how difficult is it to motivate these millionaires, these men, and get them to do things that realistically they don't want to fucking do? Like, nobody wants to show up and put the work in at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in that weight room. It's not a normal thing. So you clearly get pushback from that. So how difficult is it to motivate those men and get them to do things that are going to make them better that they clearly don't want to do?
Yeah, it's one of those, like, really you're just telling them what they have to do, and that's it. And they, like, most of them are gonna do it just because that's one more box to check. But you got those players that know it all, and like, working with those guys, like, it's so painful just because I never got to work with college athletes and see how, and I know the big time 5-star kids, they're gonna be the same way. They know everything. But to me, like, I kind of wish I did work with, like you said, like, the funnest coaching I ever did was when my son played football, like, coaching young kids, because when you said something that, like, you see that look in their eyes, and they respect it. Mm-hmm. And being a strength coach in the NFL and never playing in the NFL or never playing, college, like, it's, luckily I had the respect of the players just because of who I was. Like, what I stood for. And so luckily I had that. But I know plenty of coaches that was the go-to from a player. How are you going to tell me that you never did this? Like, So, luckily I never got that. But I could see like the frustration on those guys when somebody would say something. It's like, doesn't mean I don't know what I'm doing. I went to school for this, and I like.
Yeah.
Just like you had to go to school to play football. I went to school and learned about this shit, bro. Like this is what we got to do.
School of Rock. We said it before. School of Rock has the greatest quote ever. Those that can't do, coach, and or teach, and those that can't teach, Coach Jim. So that's like my favorite quote. It's on my heart bone. And I'm actually one of those guys that's like, man, you know, I played better or listened more to guys who played the game, or, you know, that I had a level of respect for because of what they went through. And, you know, if you came in and you was just like, you know, a nerd who learned everything in the books, I didn't have the same level of respect for you. And so I can imagine it's even more so in the NFL when you're dealing with those guys. Like if you didn't, and even probably more so doesn't really even matter, because like I said, you're dealing with ultimate alphas who are making millions of dollars, and your bank account don't look nowhere near theirs. So I can just imagine how crazy it is. Sean K didn't ask for me. How do treat heel spurs? What? How do you treat heel spurs? My heel is killing me at work. Doc Tony now. It's Sean Karpf asking for medical advice. Stone Cold is asking Sean for medical advice. I love this show. I love doing this show. That's
Stone Cold.
That's why Stone Cold's still backstage. That's why you're backstage. Because I didn't want to bring you on the show and you asked this type of shit. What? That's a great question. Great question, Stone Cold. I love you. He's not on right now, which is even funnier. Truly great. Great. All right, man. Well, Sean, hey, listen, I appreciate you for coming on, bro. I appreciate you for revisiting us. Hopefully we can do this a little more often, more frequently during the off season. We'd love to have you on. Definitely push the leg up, pressure washing as much as we possibly can. Anything we can do to help, you know, we will do that. So anytime you have any events, any promotions coming up, get it over to me. I'll get it out to our fans as quickly as I can. I do urge all the listeners on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, those of y'all who are listening, watching us live as well, you guys go check it out, man. A leg up pressure washing. I know I joke and kid about me not using it. I ain't pressure washing my driveway, but a lot of y'all got them HOAs beating down your neck. Okay, you need to go ahead and get the driveway clean. Looks a little shitty. You need to call Sean. There's nobody else I would call for this. Honestly.
You've never actually done it yourself and had that. I've done it, bro, when I was a kid, bro. Like I got
pressure
in trouble. Right, well, because I was writing my name and words and stuff in the driveway.
I've never used a pressure washer.
Oh, bro, it's phenomenal.
No, I'm lying. I used a pressure washer at a restaurant one time. When I was like a teenager.
It's great.
I sprayed the grout. I was cleaning the floor with it.
Bro,
they wanted us to scrub the floor, and I was like, why would I scrub the floor when I could use this gun? And I was just scrubbing. I was using the pressure washer to clean when I closed.
Well, no, my parents had bought one, and I was, like I said, bro, write my name in cursive. I wrote a whole bunch of dumb shit in there. I went inside, said, fuck it. My mom came home from work. She was like, oh, since you started, you about to finish.
Man, you do the whole driveway.
Yeah.
Is it hard?
It was, bro. It wasn't like a machine, bro. It was like it was a machine. It was a machine, but it was like a. It was probably
it wasn't what Sean got. Sean got the real.
Hell no, bro. It was like an 80. It was probably like an $80 to like $130 thing that you hook up to the hose. Like,
yeah, don't be Jay.
It had good pressure.
Don't be a Jay, y'all. Don't be a Jay. Don't be a Jay. Don't be out here dudes in the 80. You gotta call Sean.
Right,
what's it cost to do a driveway?
I didn't want my ass whooped, bro. So
what's it cost to do a driveway, Sean? If I needed to get my driveway pressure washed, what would it be? Or roundabout? I'm sure it changes.
Small driveway is like $100, and then like your average driveway is between $125 and $150.
That's easy. That's not bad.
If you got a big ass driveway, it's gonna be a little bit more.
Yeah. So I bet who doesn't like this pressure wash the driveway is the fucking players, right? So we need to get all the players should be using Sean. We gotta make a move. The Jaguars should be fucking with you. They should be, putting your name up instead of Pit Paradise.
Trying to pressure wash them ramps.
Yeah. Are some players dealing with you? You got some players clientele? They working with you?
Yeah, Miles, and then Lambo. I did his house right before the whole news came out.
That was crazy. I made a lot of jokes. About it. I posted a lot of pictures. I made fun of him for snitching. But it was the greatest thing ever. For Josh Lambo to come forward with that news was the greatest news ever.
Yeah, bro. It was the best kick. It was the best. Hey, that was the best kick, bro.
That was the best kick of Lambo's career. Shout out Josh Lambo. He saved us. He saved it. I never thought it was that bad. I never thought it was really going down that bad in the stadium. And I should have. I should have known better. You used to pressure wash the kitchen full. Hey, I told you, Shimbo brought it up. You used to pressure wash the kitchen. Yeah, I used to pressure wash the kitchen. That's it. Cleaning pavers, that's money. I plaster swimming pools, getting them pavers clean, that's the money. See? So there you go. That Michael LeBoy Osteen, you need to holler at Sean Karpf. Get him to come in. You lay the pools. He comes and cleans them. There we go. Look, man, I'm just trying to get you some more money, though. We'll try to put some more. I got you, bro. I got you. Like I said, we're going to be bringing you on the show a lot. The further you get away from your time with the Jaguars, right? Hopefully, you'll voice even more. Because I know there's more, bro. I know you're not giving us everything, and that's okay. Because you got relationships to maintain, and you're being moderately political, and that's okay. Like, I'm not about to get on here and ask you who you burn with and all that. We're not about to put those people out there, right? Because we know you got to protect some stuff. But as time goes and we get further and further away from it, and then like things become legal and accepted, I know we're going to get some good shit. So that's why we're going to keep going. And I'm going to get as much Sean Karpf leg up pressure washing business as possible generated from minute till, because goddamn it, we got the insider right now. Ain't nobody else got this. Shout out on the Jaguar podcast. They're not doing this, okay? They're not telling you about Jalen Ramsey shoving coaches in the trash can, okay? They're not giving you that. They're not telling you about Jan getting in butt naked fights in the shower. Okay, he wasn't naked. Like, I'm embellishing. We didn't tell you about Jan fighting somebody over the shower, okay? That's different, all right? We're giving you the shit. I appreciate you, Sean. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I love everything that you're doing. Shout out. Make sure y'all check it out. Again, a leg up pressure washing. Go on ahead, hit them up for a free quote, 904-859-0931, aleguppressurewashing.com for all of your pressure washing needs. Holler at the former Jacksonville Jaguars strength and conditioning show, Sean Karpf, man. Appreciate you, my guy.
Oh, appreciate you guys. Hey, let me know what game you're going to as far as next season, and also any away games. Let me know if you're going to go to an away game or not.
Yeah, for sure. We'll link up. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
I got you locked in, man. So we're going to link up for sure.
All right.
All right, my brother. Appreciate you, my guy. Sean motherfucking Karpf!
Shout out.
Oh, why'd I press it twice? That's a long-ass applause.
It is.
Oh, there it goes. All I had to do was press it again and it cut off.
He deserves it, man.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. More and more and more. Let's get this guy on so we can stop fucking crying in the goddamn back. I never seen somebody cry so much. Like all the crying. Don't make me pull up. My phone going off. I see his name. I'm not reading that shit. What is you sending me inboxes on Twitter? I'm not reading none of that shit. Like, I'm interviewing Sean Karpf right now. And this is not about you. And this guy always peeking in the window. Stone Cold Steve Boston. Stone Cold always peeking in the damn window.
It was a legitimate question.
I didn't even read it. Oh no, I just saw. Oh, Stone Cold. Yo, that was great. I love Sean Karpf.
Oh yeah, man. He seems like a real cool dude.
One of the best. One of the best to do it.
Listen, look, real cool guy, man. Would have loved to have met him, huh?
Listen, let me tell you, if I could, I would kick Jay off the show when I do interviews. Like, the more mouths that are on the show, the worse. I know that I catch myself talking too much. Like, nobody wants to hear us talk while Sean's talking. So I'm like, let me try not to talk too much. Let me just ask and kind of leave it quiet for him. And so if I could, I would get Jay the fuck out of here. I would take myself off. I would just fucking ask a question and turn the camera off if I could. But that's why. That's why. We love you, Stone Cold.
Okay.
We love you, though.
It was a legitimate question, though. I mean, my heel has been hurting like hell from work.
I'm like, what the fuck just happened? That guy literally said he got heel spurs.
Like,
go to the DC game.
My ankle swelled up in the boot today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got a little swollen ankle going on. Little foot, heel spur.
Yeah.
You know who you could talk? I got a buddy you could talk to about that. He worked for True Green for years. Craig had the heel spur. Remember that, Jimbo? Or Jay? He was always crying about the foot. It's them bogs, bro. It's the bogs. Well, yeah, man, that was a great interview with Sean Karpf. Oh, excuse me. Shout out to him. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we found out the fucking Kismet was on a movie. I had no idea.
Right.
6 Underground. I got to go watch it.
6 Underground. Let me click on Netflix right now.
Netflix, 2019, starring Ryan Reynolds. The Kismet Yacht. Right there. Shah Khan's yacht. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know what we haven't done? We haven't played my new favorite commercial. So let's get to that. Let's shout out to the sponsors.
Hey, Jacksonville. One of the best parts about living here, being able to entertain outdoors year-round. But in order to do that, you have to have the right setup. Whether you need to protect the little ones with a privacy fence or go all out with a new deck, built-in grill, fire pit, seat, you get the picture, right? There's only one guy to call, and that's my guy Jalen over at Anchor Fence and Deck. They are the best in the business. Call for a free quote today. 904-859-5481. Mention Men and Teal and get a discount on your install. We all need somebody to hold us down, and nobody holds you down like Anchor Fence and Deck. Check them out online at anchorfence-deck.com.
Boy, listen, I'm so raw with them commercials. Listen, Stone Cold, you don't understand. And I do all that.
That was an A+, man. That was an A+.
Man, you hear me? I'm about to make one for Sean Karpf. That's what I'm about to do. Let me get some clean driveway pictures, some before and afters. Dirty ass driveway, clean ass driveway. A leg up pressure washing. We got you. Like, I'm about, man, what?
Look, apparently I started watching that movie before already.
Oh, what, for real?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It came 2019.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm about to do Sean Karpf for commercial. We gotta do Sean Karpf for commercial, man. Just off the strength. But let's go. I should have asked him about players not showing up to the game, even though they're not playing. I should have asked him, is that normal?
Dylan Moses.
Dylan Moses.
You know what I mean? I'm a free agent.
Oh, that's not the clip. I loaded the wrong clip. Where the fuck is Dylan? That was the clip I meant to load, and I didn't send it to my shit. So I'm sorry.
Hey,
I ain't
who's
gonna
our
play
coach?
Who's our coach?
Byron.
Who?
Byron.
Say what up to Byron.
What's up, Byron?
What you thankful for next football season? Who's our coach?
Byron.
Who?
Byron.
Say what up to Byron.
What's up, Byron?
What you thankful for next football season?
Means right, Jesus Christ, and Byron.
Who?
Byron.
Who?
Byron.
Who the Jags' next head coach?
Byron.
Who?
Byron.
Byron. I love it. Byron. And I'm not just saying it, though.
On the run.
It's reports are out, Stone Cold. They out there.
I believe it, man. No offense, when you're showing up to an interview in a teal suit,
bro,
I want you.
This is about to be reality, fellas.
That's representing.
This is about to be reality, fellas. And Byron.
Byron. Who the Jags' next head coach? Byron.
Come on. Jay, it's about to be reality. This is what you're going to be looking at, and it's so glorious. You got to be looking at Byron Leftwich back in teal coaching the Jacksonville Jaguars. Do you understand?
It comes full circle, man. He started here.
Like I said, that tweet, and I gotta find it because I gotta give the guy credit.
Sounds
but
amazing.
that tweet is incredible. Incredible. Who would have known that the man who was brought in to be the savior of the franchise
15
was
years later.
just 15 years early. That's all. Now he's coming back and he's gonna do it. It's beautiful.
Have
Absolutely.
you seen
beautiful.
some of the clips out of Marshall people have been tweeting up?
Yeah, so we actually we deep dove when we had, I don't know if you saw that episode when we had his former lineman from Marshall on the show. That might have been right before the UCF show, so you wouldn't have seen it because you weren't on us until the UCF show. But yeah, that we actually interviewed Joey Stepp, who was his guard at Marshall, and he was a part of that whole carrying him downfield and stuff. So we did the Joey Stepp interview, and it was incredible. And it was one of my favorite interviews because he gave you the raw. If you haven't watched that episode, I recommend everybody going and watching that episode because he's telling. I mean, he's not in the industry anymore, so he's telling everything. He's talking about like parties. He's talking about who was doing what. He's talking about running illegal gambling operations.
Yeah,
I mean, he was giving all the. He was breaking all the news.
That was a good episode.
Yeah. And now he's like a magician. That's what he's doing. Yeah, crazy.
That's a weird career change.
Well, yeah. So, but definitely great. And all he spoke on was Byron's leadership and his ability, and how he was, and the type of man he was, the type of player he was. So, definitely a great interview. If you guys are looking for something, I will tweet the link. Make sure you go check that one out. The Byron Leftwich, Joey Stepp interview.
But honestly, it speaks a lot when Bruce Arians actually admits that if Byron goes, he might retire.
He might retire. Think about that for a second. If Byron Leftwich leaves, I might retire. That's incredible. Like, I'm sure, and now let's be fair here. I'm sure he's a year or two away from retiring anyway.
Oh yeah, already there.
But just for him to say that, he knows the type of endorsement that will be.
Oh yeah, that's
he
great
really does.
How many coaching jobs has he actually interviewed for besides ours?
I think
I haven't seen his name pop up that much.
I think one other. I think he interviewed for Denver. If I remember, it could have been the Bears. It could have been. It was one of those two, Bears or Broncos. Real Melancholic had a great question. Would Byron bring an OC with him, or would he run the OC position himself? I think he'll have a guy in place.
Yeah,
like,
but he'll call the plays. I'm pretty sure.
Is that normal hierarchy for these Sean McVays? Like, he has an OC still, right?
I would love for him to hire Jim Caldwell as his OC.
I don't think it'll be like a guy like that. I think it'll be a younger, like a more up and coming guy. I would think. And this is 100% speculation, 100% guess. I would have to really look at the hierarchy out there, like in the Rams organization and those places.
You never know. Jim Caldwell, if Jim Caldwell was saying, "Hey, no, I would like to help him. I would not to like help, but I would like to be."
I don't know if I'd want that though. Like if I'm Byron, that's what I'm saying. Like as a coach, I don't know if I would want somebody under me who has done it before. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I really want that type of help. I understand the benefits of having it, but I don't know. I don't ever want that struggle. And then you really would have to trust that guy, right? Because you never want to feel like they're kind of misleading you so that they can take your job, right? Like, that could be a thing.
Also, there was some speculation on 690 today that would Todd Bowles come with him? Because Todd Bowles helped him out for the interview.
Yeah,
as DC.
I don't think that's a thing, though. You can't make that lateral move. You have to have your team's permission to make a lateral move like that if you wanted to. And why would you want to leave Tampa Bay to come be the DC in Jacksonville, first of all? And then secondly, why would the Buccaneers agree to lose both coordinators? That just wouldn't make sense to me. I wonder who he would bring. The only name that I have seen consistently linked to Byron as coming, if he comes, is the Adrian Wilson.
Which I would be happy for.
As GM.
Yeah, I'd be happy for that.
I love it. And now here's something else that I've been reading and have heard from several sources. is that the second round of interviews will take place starting next week. There will be a second wave and when I say a second wave, I mean Byron will get another interview.
Well, they did that last year.
Mm-hmm. And so Nate Hackett probably will get another interview. Kellen Moore will get another interview, I think. I'm also hearing that Bill O'Brien had a bad interview. Wasn't a good interview. So
Yeah,
that's
I heard
good.
that too.
So that's promising. E. Diller reported that earlier. So that second round of interviews will be Trent Baalke lists, is what I'm hearing. And with that, the hard questions will then be asked of, if we offer you the position, who would you be looking to pair up with as general manager? And that's when those questions come. And that's when the Adrian Wilson comment will come. And so the Trent Baalke being here for sure, because we all kind of thought he would be gone by now if he was going to be gone. But the whole Trent Baalke being here just because he's still here, I don't think is a thing. I think that it is going to be completely up to the guy they hire.
Yeah.
So
but
I do like the Adrian Wilson thing.
Yeah, so that's basically like the last interview tomorrow is Matt Eberflus, I believe it is.
Terrible. I don't know why.
And basically, Sean, after that, is like, your services won't be needed now.
Yeah, it could be. And I think that, and now that I think about it,
the beginning stages.
Yeah,
I think that it was fair too. I really do. I think that it was fair because it allowed the candidates to make a decision on you. It's not me saying we're gonna fire you and move on. Yeah. It's me saying I'm going to let this guy decide. The guy we hire is going to be able to decide would he like to work with you or not. And if he says no, then we move on from you.
Yeah, because if all the candidates say no.
So I think next week will be his top 3.
I think so. Yeah, I could see that.
And I feel bad.
So are you rooting against the Bucks this weekend? Are you going for an Eagles win? Because the quicker they're out of the playoffs.
I mean, technically, yes, I would be doing that, but I don't see it happening.
I don't know. They're
just
beat the fuck up, bro. They are beat the fuck up, and the Eagles' defense is really good.
And like tomorrow,
Darius Slay's giving up like 25.6 rating, like against him, like completion percentage. Like he's not giving shit up.
And
he's balling, and they're
you gotta figure their receivers are hurt too.
Who? Tampa?
Bucks.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
Lenny's hurt. Lenny's out. Like you got Rojo back, I guess. He hasn't really been much of nothing the last 2 seasons. All their receivers are hurt. There's no more AB. They just brought in John Ross. Like
John Jones.
John Jones.
John Brown. That's what it was. John Brown.
John Brown. We had John Ross.
Yes.
Yes. They brought in John Brown. So
we had both of them.
Did we have John Ross?
We had John Brown.
Yeah, we had John Brown. I was about to say.
They brought in John Ross.
We had John Ross last year.
Let me see. Now I gotta look.
Yeah, we haven't had anybody named Ross.
We had John Ross last year, and then we had John Brown this year.
Yeah, we had John Brown this year, right? So is that who they brought in, John Brown?
Yeah, because I was thinking to myself like tomorrow's Raiders in Cincinnati. I don't know. I have a feeling Raiders might pull it out because I don't know how, if it's a will or a way thing, but Derek Carr pulls a W out of his ass.
He's good, man. He's so good.
He just pulls it out.
I don't know why we don't like Derek Carr more. Like,
well, I do. He was on my fantasy. I made.
He's a good quarterback, really good quarterback, and he's an old school type of guy. He wants to be a Raider for life. Like. And then I've watched clips now and videos of him talking to people like during games and stuff, and he's just a fucking nice guy. He's just overall a good guy, and he's a dog. Like usually you don't get nice guys who are dogs. He's a fucking dog.
Oh,
so you gotta love it, man. I really think Carr deserves a little more respect put on his name. But going back to the Raiders, I don't think they fire their head coach.
No,
I don't see how you fire him.
No, I would love to see Rick Bisaccia stay as the head coach. I think he's earned it.
I know he's a special teams guy. Okay,
so was John Harbaugh.
That's not a great thing.
John Harbaugh was.
So is Urban. And so was Joe Judge. So I mean, there's a few bad examples to go along with it, and they don't specialize on a part of a game that is is super important. But they already have coordinators in place and whatnot, right? So they already have an OC, they already have a DC. Yeah. So it's not like he needs to specialize in any side of the ball outside of that. And clearly, he's been a good coach. They're in the fucking playoffs. Okay, they won. They won significant amount of ball games after losing their coach, after losing their star wide receiver, after losing their first round pick corner, after losing the defensive line. Like they have lost so much after Darren Waller went down for weeks.
Yeah.
Like what? And they're still able to win. So I think he sticks around. I don't like that the job is continually mentioned as an open position. I think that's disrespectful as fuck to him. I really don't get it. Because he is not an open job. He is the coach. So until they say otherwise, I just think that should cease. I really don't understand it. But we'll see. I do find it interesting who will Byron pair up with. I feel like it's already a lock. Like as long as Byron accepts the position, I feel like it's a lock. It really feels
I get that feeling too. I really do.
Which is exciting.
I think Duval gets what it wants.
Does that help? And I'll ask our season ticket holder friend here, Jay. Does that help your hype? And obviously, you're not going to be anywhere near the hype of last season. But does that help the hype going into next season? You get, not only do you get Byron Leftwich returning to Jacksonville, you get the first black head coach in Jacksonville Jaguar history.
And if Adrian Wilson comes,
then you'll have the first black GM in Jaguar history paired up. You get this young, hot, new mindset with everything that we've talked about for why we like Byron, even more so after, going through and talking about the stuff we talked about earlier with Shawn. Does that kind of re-spark some hype going into next year for you?
You did?
No, he's thinking about how to answer this.
Nah, bro, I was in my phone, bro. Sorry, but it does. It does build hype.
Mel Tucker was an interim coach, Josh.
But it's not the same as Urban. But I mean, for me, it builds some hype that I like. I mean, but at the same time, I know that it's still gonna be tough, bro. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's still Jacksonville, bro.
True.
True.
So when I pray for him, I'm gonna pray for him like I did when he was a player. And you just gotta go out there and, like I say, finish the job, bro. Like I said, you got drafted here. Now you got a chance. Now you got a chance to come back and finish the job. So I mean, I'm gonna sign. I'm gonna have season tickets. So
I just love knowing the fact that he comes from the Jack Del Rio, that culture. Then he went to Pittsburgh, so he's been part of Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin. God, my brain trailed off. Then he went to Arizona with Bruce Arians, and now it's just come full circle.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I heard, Bruce Arians' culture, I mean, he has like a board of shit you did wrong, and he puts names up on the board just to let everybody know, hey, you fucked up at that and everything like that. So accountability.
Yeah. Here's something that'll make you smile. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that haven't even sniffed a playoff appearance since Jacksonville has. 5 teams. 5 teams who have not made the playoffs since prior to 2017.
Who are those
You know what
teams?
that means, right? You know what that means, right? Time to play a game.
Uh-oh.
Time to play a game. 5 teams who have not made the playoffs since Jacksonville last has appeared in 2017. Stone Cold versus Jay. We're gonna give Jay first guess.
Are we counting this year?
You don't have to spout out 5 in a row. Yes.
Are we counting this year?
Yes. Yes. All right. You don't spout out. You don't have to go, but Jay can go first.
I took away a couple
Give me
of my
one.
guesses.
I don't know. The Jets.
Yes. Last playoff appearance, 2010. That's one off the board.
The Rex Ryan era.
Yes, sir. What you got, Stone Cold?
The Giants.
The Giants, correct. Last appeared in 2016. Let's go, guys. So we got Jets and Giants. Work. The New York teams. Fuck those guys.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins. Jay with another one. That is correct. The Jets, the Giants, and the Dolphins. Dolphins last appeared along with the Giants in 2016. We have two more teams. Let's go. You guys are killing it, man.
I'm gonna say the Texans.
Incorrect.
Or they were in 18, weren't they?
The Texans were in 2019.
Are you saying that count this year yet? Because it hasn't started yet.
This year counts.
Like,
yeah, that took away some of my guesses.
I have the 2021 list. Yeah, so the Cardinals are on here. You know,
yeah,
Raiders
are
on
here. I was about to say the Cardinals.
That took away a couple of my guesses.
Two teams. One of them is very, very obvious. The other one, maybe not so much.
Denver.
This guy is cooking right now, dog.
Carolina.
Cooking right now.
Carolina.
2015, the Denver Broncos did it.
Carolina.
No, that's a big. Stone Cold with two bad ones right now.
When was the last time they were in?
Carolina was in 2017 with Jacksonville.
Oh, damn.
One more team. It is literally the easiest.
Colts.
What?
Is it the Colts?
No, the Colts were in 2020.
Oh, they were in.
Vikings.
Remember Phillip Rivers?
No, Vikings were in a couple years ago.
No, Vikings were in a couple of years ago. Yeah, you're right.
They were in 2019. This is crazy. I am shocked.
No, the Cowboys made the playoffs this year.
Yeah, they're in this year.
Hold on. I'm just trying to. I'm just going through the teams right now in my head.
Is it the Chargers?
It's the 49ers. No. They were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Hold on, time out.
What y'all saying? Y'all gonna be like,
Detroit,
no shit.
Detroit, God.
Yes!
Lions, what's up?
I didn't think about it for a sec.
I'm high, so I have an excuse. And I pulled out 4. And I pulled out.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, they're terrible.
Well, come on. We all knew Jets and Giants. Everybody knew that.
Yeah, but you should have known Detroit too.
It slipped my mind.
Like terrible.
I got the hard ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Denver. That was the one I was saying. Denver. I figured the Denver one would be like kind of hung up. The Denver and the Dolphins, I think, were great pools. The Jets, even the Giants, is a great pool because Saquon Barkley. I mean, you figured they've had a good team.
Yeah, but ever since Eli been gone, I know they made the playoffs.
Yeah. That's it. Those are the other 5 teams.
And actually, they didn't even make the playoffs last year. Ever since the shirt, the boat pick.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was good. And no, Washington was in the playoffs last year. Melly Colic.
Yeah,
they were.
Taylor Heineke almost beat Brady.
He almost beat him.
God, that would have been so great. The legend of Taylor Heineke grows. I love Taylor Heineke. That was incredible.
I would like to see Byron win a second ring, but God, I want him to be the coach right now.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and get it out the fucking way.
Shit, he got one as a
He's got 2 rings
and a coach, so that's more than enough. He got hardware. He can knock on. He can knock on
with
doors.
The Steelers.
Yeah, he won that as a backup with the
Steelers.
Yes, sir. Byron's already got 2, man. He's had enough. Let's get that shit out of here.
Yeah, man. Bring it down.
How weird do you think that is to play for like? Steelers were like our arch rival for years.
And back in that time, they were big time rivals back at that time.
Well, yeah, remember Byron came after there wasn't the AFC. The Central. When did the Central leave?
Oh no, the Central was gone by then. Yeah. The Central was gone, but
so we
they were still.
But we didn't play them as. I mean, that we were.
Oh no, that was like a legendary battle.
Yeah, that was still a really big rivalry. I mean, the Titans were number 1, but that's number 2.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, him as a player, we felt that as fans.
No.
No, the games were hella good. The games were good.
No. Those players felt that shit.
Yeah,
like,
but
you got to remember the play. Like David Garrard, like that's that time. Like knocking Pittsburgh. Mojo knocking Troy Polamalu the fuck out on that block. Like they hated us.
You don't think that our like, yes, it's the history. Like you can read the history and see, but like our fans in our stadium, like we turn up for that shit because we used to play them twice a year.
Yeah.
Like
we own that stadium.
I'm not saying it's as big of a rivalry to them, but it is definitely well done. And honestly, I would dare say
we own that stadium.
Pittsburgh, because you got to think about it, right? Like a rivalry.
Yeah.
Like a rivalry has to one that is truly felt on both sides.
Hey,
that's
Michael,
the thing that matters.
This is Michael. There's a reason we didn't read it, bro.
Yeah. That's not a thing. That can't be a thing. Mike, listen. You can't hire a guy to be an offensive coordinator who's never coached a down of football at all.
Just like you shouldn't hire a guy to play tight end who's never played tight end before.
Yes, that's not a thing. You can't. Now you could hire Tebow as a quality control coach. You could hire Tebow probably as a strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah,
he
man.
could go out there with Sean Karpf.
He stays jacked.
Yeah, but you cannot bring him in as a
No.
play caller.
Hell no.
Because he's never done it, and he's never even done anything close to it. Like he's never been a quarterback's coach. He's never been a position coach. He's never coached. Period. So. No, you can't. That's why we avoided it.
If Byron gets hired, he needs to get Keenan back.
So this is a tweet I saw earlier. Don't know how true it is because it's not the same person.
I saw that one. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I didn't see the same. It's not tweeted by the same person, but I also saw a tweet from somebody else that said they saw Bill O'Brien and San Marco at a gas station buying a Red Bull and a Slim Jim, which was a very, very, very descriptive tweet. You would believe it until you find out that the interview was held in Tuscaloosa, that we actually flew to Alabama for it. So that obviously is a 100% lie, because Bill O'Brien was not in Jacksonville. But seeing the tweet I saw today stated that Byron was at Jacksonville International Airport. And that they yelled out, when you get hired, bring back Keenan, and Byron just smiled real big. So I don't know if that's true or if that's a troll, or maybe Buddy was trolling who posted the other tweet. Maybe. I know it was taken serious by a lot of people. It was being shared a lot. But I think it would be cool. I think that, we've talked ad nauseum about Keenan lost this job because of Keenan. His players didn't do him any help in keeping him here.
The way they played in 2020 was garbage.
They were bad, and you didn't see anybody take that next step. You were able to hang your hat on Keenan McCardell, turning DJ Chark into a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, 19.
That was what you had at 19. You said, "Wow, look what Keenan did with DJ Chark.
Mm-hmm.
Look how Keenan's got Keelan Cole and them boys playing." They looked like they were on the upswing. In 2020, you thought DJ Chark, Keelan Cole, and Dede Westbrook would be a top 10 wide receiver core, and they were nowhere near it. They were horrible.
I admit our quarterback play was shitty. No offense,
Not
Gardner,
that shitty.
but
yeah, not that shitty though.
But
Not
yeah.
to the point where you have that level of lack of production from those guys. Not to the point where you were getting no separation. It was the little things that was happening. No separation. Guys giving up on plays, giving up on routes, not really going all out for the ball. Like, those were the things you started to see. And that's the type of shit that'll cost a wide receivers coach his job. Mm-hmm. Which, guess what? Mr. Sanjay, you'll be losing your job too, sir. Because what? Lack of separation. Lack of separation is not because of the fucking plays. It's not because there were no plays called to get people open. That's a ridiculous sentiment. Now you could say they weren't set up properly. You can go to the script that
Half the
didn't
time
help.
the guys didn't run the right routes.
There's a
That's
lot
your
of
job.
issues. Right. So those players did not do any help rather for Mr. McCardell. But I would be definitely happy to see him come back. I think it'll be great. I don't know if it'll happen, but it would be dope. Now here's a question I have for you, Jay. And how would you feel about this, sir? Byron Leftwich had a certain teammate who's a head coach. Not a head coach. I'm so sorry. He's a coach. A certain teammate that just recently made the news for his new coaching hire and where he will be. Someplace that you are very familiar with. Would you see that individual coming to be a part of Byron's staff, even though he just got a pretty nice position down there in Gainesville?
You know who got a job?
Mike P.
Oh, he did?
Outside linebackers coach.
Oh, no, he's going to probably be down there.
It'd be interesting to see if Byron would make that offer to join his staff and be a linebackers coach in the NFL.
Yeah, but I think he might, but I think he's going to let him get his feet in the door with the college and get that right now.
I wonder what the relationship is like.
I just need him there. I need him out Florida right now. Get our fucking linebackers right.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Pretty dope. Mike P goes home, goes back to Florida. It would be cool. Maybe he spends a year there and then Byron brings him up. That'd be dope. Get him up here next year. I think that would be good. Those are the type of former players that you can hire, Mike. Guys who are coaching, who have been, who have had
or you just keep Charlie Strong.
I do like that. What's up, Mr. Switch? You know who's not? I haven't seen. Where your cousin at? Where your cousin at? We were supposed to talk about a little Madden. I was supposed to tell Jimbo he beat me the other day. He wanted me to let Jimbo know.
So damn, I don't
True
know
Jags fan 904 not here.
What's going on, bro? Yeah, I don't know where.
Yeah, he got a win. He felt some type of way. He got a W, so you want to make sure that I put that out there because Jimbo was killing him. Jimbo was killing him on the reaction show. He was kind of clowning him a little bit, so he wanted to put it out.
Jimbo did go hard.
Now I immediately followed that dub he got up with another L for him. Had to go ahead and give him an L back.
How do you think the franchise would be seen if all of the pieces fall in place? Byron Leftwich head coach and the Adrian Wilson comes for GM. And then you look at the spin on it. First, he's actually the only minority owner, correct? At Shawn Karpf?
Correct.
And then the first ever minority duo in NFL history.
Like I said, it's Jacksonville, so
I think on a national scale, it'll be great.
Yeah.
I think it'll be applauded.
We probably definitely hear Stephen A. be like, I don't care about the Jags, but he'd be talking about it.
It'll be one of those. Yeah, I think it's the right move for Shad because there won't be a negative thing stated in the building. Like on a national level, right? The Ryan Clarks of the world, the Swagoos of the world, those guys, they're going to be big on board. They're going to be preaching positivity and whatnot for the Jaguar organization. They'll probably follow it up with at the end, but they're still the Jags. They'll still crack some jokes, but it will be segments, multiple segments daily.
Oh, I know from Stephen A. will have a lot to say about that.
For sure. It'll be big. Especially because I don't know if any of you have, if you turn on the TV today, that's all it was. Every single show was about there only being one black head coach.
It's Tomlin.
The best show today, though, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself was the best show today because Acho was taking it and riding, right?
Was Joy on there?
No. But they did talk about it there too.
I love.
But he was riding to the point where he actually did something great.
I need Joy to be on every show.
He had a plate of poker chips. 70% of them were gray and 30% of them were red. And he dumped them into a bowl and shook it up. And he was like, "Do you know how difficult it will be to get 6? Because only 6 head coaches currently in the league played.
Yeah,
there's only 6 of them that actually played." He said, "Do you know how?" And only one of them is black. Do you know how difficult it would be to get 5 white poker chips out of this container? or 5 red poker chips rather out of this container. If I was to just draw randomly right now, that shows you the odds of there being 5 black coaches or 5 white coaches who played the game before when 70% of the players are black. So it was definitely a great visual, great point. I do like, though, I like that there was contrast. Marcellus Wiley, who always great Jag, one of the better guys on TV, he came back and he had his own opinions on it and was spinning it in a different direction. And I thought this was a great argument. He said, well, we know that there's more white people, right, in the world, okay? We know that there's the minority and there's the majority. So he brought up that point. I thought that was okay. The point that I liked that he drove home, the thing that gets looked over is there's only 70% African-American players, 30% white. Only one black head coach currently in the league. So you're looking going, why are there not more black coaches? So then the counter argument is, why are there not more white players? And then the answer to that is a conversation that a lot of people don't want to have, and that's talent. And well, the answer to the other side is the exact same thing. And I was just blown when he said it. And I was fucking blown away at how he presented that argument. It was brilliant. So if you have an opportunity, go watch Speak for Yourself today. It was great to get both sides on that argument. Really good points. And he did. He crossed some lines that, he made it very uncomfortable. He was like, this isn't something that people want to talk about, because you don't want to talk about how the black athlete is superior physically. And he said, but you don't want to have the conversation that a lot of these coaches, or a lot of the guys who are trying to be coaches, they really aren't the brightest crowns in the box. And, they're not. They were great players, but they're not the smartest. They don't have that. So, yeah, definitely interesting piece.
Did you hear the theory of the Texans? The big theory going on there?
The Brian Flores?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Get Brian Flores. Deshaun Watson wants to stay? That's what they said. That's what they're hoping.
Apparently, Flores was big on getting Watson to Miami, but of course,
and originally it was the opposite, right? Originally, if you remember correctly, a lot of the reports came out that the organization wanted to go get Watson, and Brian Flores didn't. So very interesting to see now. Reports are completely opposite. In fact, I read a report today that said that motherfucker told Tua, I should have got Mac Jones. That was an actual story put out by TotalSports.com. That he told Tua in an argument that he should have drafted Mac Jones. Whoa.
But yet Tua beat Mac Jones twice.
I'm just saying. That is crazy. So that is interesting, though. And you know what? I've always been big on having a dominant division. I don't want to dominate a weak division. I want the AFC South to be dominant. So
you got to figure
I would like Deshaun Watson to stick around in Houston. I would like them to get better faster.
If Derrick Henry stayed healthy and we ran James Robinson the way he was supposed to be ran, we would have had the top 3, like 2 of the top 3 rushers in the league.
The 3 top 3
in one division.
In one division, yeah. Because I was having that argument on Titan or on AFC South fan groups and whatnot. I was like, dog, stop arguing over who's better, Jonathan Taylor or Derrick Henry. Just realize you have 3 of the top running backs in football.
Hey, do you follow JJ from since?
No. Is it the BBC stuff? No. I gotta piss.
I thought that was hilarious.
Bro, it's the Telvin stuff, bro.
Oh, is he going in about people being supported?
No, it's just he retweeted, he quote tweeted it.
Uh-huh.
And he put one word. Can you just guess what the word is?
What?
It starts with a P.
Oh, God. JJ from 1010. I don't know. What's his handle? I don't even know.
JJ LaSelva. Oh, my God. That is funny.
Did he really? I don't see it. Oh, yeah. I forgot. That's crazy. Who is JJ? I don't even know. Oh,
Somebody.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You actually liked the tweet of somebody saying bring Calais back and let him retire a Jag.
Yeah, I like it. I do like that idea. All right, man. We about 30 minutes over.
Yeah, man. That was a good episode, man. Shout out to Sean Karpf. Shout out to Lego.
Yes, sir. Lego pressure washer. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Shout out to Stone Cold for coming in with us, sticking around backstage until we finished up the interview, man. Stone Cold in the building. Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in, man. I am your host, the Hot Take Hooligan Agent K. That, my friends, is the cannabis analyst, Agent J. And we are out of here.
First pick in the